commercials.
German and Israeli officials criticize a Palestinian leader for his recent remarks about Jews and the Holocaust.
The aging Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas has previously been denounced by Jewish groups as a Holocaust denier for his doctoral thesis on the Nazis and Zionism. Yet over the years, he's continued to give rambling speeches expounding his offensive views. In this recent address to the Fatah Revolutionary Council, which was later aired on Palestine TV, he said that the Nazi leader Adolf Hitler had ordered the mass murder of Jews because of what he described as their social role as moneylenders, rather than out of animosity to Judaism.
The BBC's Yolanda Nell. Lebanon's caretaker prime minister warns that Syrian refugees could become a threat to the small Mediterranean nation's delicate demographic and sectarian balance. Over 1,000 Syrian refugees each week are fleeing to Lebanon from their country's worsening economic and financial conditions. Townhall.com. Kentucky GOP Senator Rand Paul is casting doubts on the assessment of the Capitol physician about the health of Minority Leader Mitch McConnell.
Senator Paul, himself an ophthalmologist and eye surgeon, calls the diagnosis of Capitol Hill attending physician Brian Monahan misinformation. He calls Monahan's claim McConnell's recent freeze-ups may have been caused by dehydration clearly not accurate. Paul told the Hill newspaper, quote, "When you get dehydrated, you don't have moments where your eyes look in the distance with a vacant look and you're sort of basically unconscious with your eyes open," unquote. On two separate occasions in recent weeks, McConnell froze in apparent confusion, once for about 20 and once for about 30 seconds during press conferences. Bob Agnew, Capitol Hill.
Phoenix poised to set another heat record. The National Weather Service says this weekend Phoenix expected to break the city's previous record of 53 days at highs at or above 110. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Thursday, everybody. Yes, welcome to Thursday. Hope your day is going super swell. Right before the show started, I just saw a really bad, good dad joke.
A bad, good dad joke.
And I got to share it because it's right there in my head. So I lost my pizza cutter.
Oh, no.
So I cut my pizza with my Bryan Adams CD. It cuts like a knife. Because it cuts like a knife.
I've seen that one, yeah. That's
the other one I saw was pretty good was my phone, Siri kept calling me Shirley, and I didn't know why. Then I realized I left my phone in airplane mode.
That's great.
Happy Thursday, everybody.
It's too early for that, man.
Oh, it's never too early. Love those.
Yeah. A well-placed dad joke really does. It hits different.
Yeah, those hit me. Those are just ones I was like, oh, cuts like a knife. That's pretty good. Well, happy Thursday, everybody.
Yes.
Hope all of you are having a delightful Thursday. Going to be a scorcher. But they say, like, respite's around the corner.
Yeah, well.
But not today.
It's not we're not to that corner yet, which
No.
is really it's a bummer.
No, we keep staying on this side of the corner.
I'm just tired of head sweat. Like this whole portion of my head is tired of being moist.
Yeah. You know, it was weird. I woke up at like 4:35 this morning, just hotter than all get out.
Really?
I don't know why. I was just like, wow. I was
So because
like a hot flash. Yeah.
because I live alone and I don't have to like, show out to anybody, I have moved my bed to where I sleep in front of my air conditioner, like the fan
it's like
itself.
blowing on you?
So it's blowing on me. So I wake up cold if I don't like bundle up, and that's nice.
Well, it's usually I start the night that way, and then like last night I woke up and I'm like, oh, I'm hot, and it was.
The other morning, Rhiannon's like, I'm cold. I'm like, embrace it. Soak it in. We don't get to be cold this time of year. That's nice.
Yeah.
You're just bragging at this point.
Yeah, I can't wait to be cold.
Oh, man. I love being cold. That's the thing. I like the cold. I like feeling cold. I can bundle up to warm. I know this is completely contrasting what I said like 6 months ago, but I can bundle up much easier than I can take stuff
Sure,
off.
I've always been that mindset of I can always add more clothing. I can only take off so much.
And I feel a little dumb because I was waiting and I finally got last night my flannel giant pizza blanket.
So
But I can't use it this time of year.
No.
So I just like tossed it off to the side and be like, I'll see you soon.
see you in December.
Yes. I was very excited. I got a big order from Temu yesterday.
So now I want to know, do you own in your possession a Snuggie?
It's not a Snuggie.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
No, I do know.
The blankets
yes.
with the sleeves?
Yes, I do not.
Okay.
No.
I just figure with all this stuff going on, I was
I
like,
have
certainly
in the past not owned a Snuggie, but I owned a Slanket.
Which is a blanket with
A sleeve blanket.
Okay. So
it's a sleeved blanket or a Slanket.
So is it the Puffs version of Kleenex?
Yes.
All right.
That's exactly what it was.
Okay.
So yes, I wasn't making Snuggie money at the time, but I was making Slanket money.
Yeah. I always appreciated the concept of those. I've never known anyone that actually found them useful and functional.
It's a hospital gown. If you really break it down, it's basically a hospital gown. It's open in the back. It's a blanket in the front. I don't know. I don't need if I'm covering myself up with a blanket, chances are one of my arms is hanging out anyways because I run hot.
Right.
I don't tend to stay under a blanket very long anyways. So at that point, just put a sweater on.
I agree.
I mean, it's the same thing.
But if you're snuggling up watching TV and you're kind of like I could see how confused.
The best was when the innovation was the Snuggie with pockets. That's literally a coat. That's just a coat you put on backwards.
It's like I invented this boat that runs on wind power.
I didn't have the heart to tell him the sale was real. I just let the boy dream.
I mean, a boat doesn't use any energy. It's completely
Super green.
Wind power. It's the latest thing.
Damn, darndest thing.
Well, happy Thursday,
Yes.
everybody. Snuggly up to your hot weather. Maybe they should make a cool version.
Right, a cool Slanket?
Yeah.
Or a cool Snuggie?
Maybe one that's like infused with cooling gels.
All you got to do is get it a little wet,
Yeah.
put it in the freezer.
Do like if you got one of those cars with heated and cooled seats, why can't they use that technology in a Snuggie?
I mean, I'm sure they could.
Like electric blankets, but
That's a little terrifying, though.
well, it can't
You're
be
putting-
terrifying electric blanket.
It can, because you're putting that much electric current next to your vital organs and or
Same thing you do with electric
private
blanket.
parts. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Electric blanket. I've heard more fires that have started from electric blankets than like from anything else on the planet. That's why those things terrify me.
Yes, back in the day, I think they're a little bit better now.
Maybe now. I just don't want to fall asleep under something that's has electric current flowing through it and also fabric.
Yeah. I grew up in a generation where they literally smoked in bed and did everything else. So, no big deal.
It's true. I
had no car seat as a child. What are you talking about? I didn't even have a seatbelt. I was just rolling around back there.
True. I fell asleep. I literally, because my parents had mom and dad had a Chrysler LTD. I fell asleep in the back window, like in that shelf.
Yeah.
Between the seat and the back window, I would fall asleep there.
Nice.
That was like my spot.
Yeah.
Get warmed by the sun.
Yeah. And the only time you do a brake check, you roll out of there sometimes. It's no big deal. That's why the seat's cushioned.
I'll never forget how just bitter ice cold that LTD was waking up to go to school in the morning. It was the cold, because we didn't have a heater in the car. So it was the coldest ride I've ever had in my whole life.
No, my dad's always had heaters. Like he had the Volkswagen station wagon that had no air conditioning, but it had heat. Nice. And so, which was wonderful, except for in June.
It doesn't help. Yeah, but that's when you have AC 440.
Right.
4 windows down, 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, but when you're stuck in the back in the wagon portion of the station wagon, you don't get much of that back there. You just sit there and bake.
When you're the youngest, you tend to get stuck in the back. I remember one time my grandpa came to town. He was a pilot. He flew in with his private plane, and we got to go up with him, which was great. Except for my seat was facing backwards in what they had called the baggage area, and I had a little window about that big that I could look out of. Like, this is not as fun as you think it is.
It's like a peep over a door.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, take it all in. I'm like, I can't. I'm trying.
Look at all the scenery. I see the back of your head. Well, let me give you the rundown.
Yes.
We do have a full slate today. We got the Richland boys coming in just a few minutes. Freddie Sosa. I think Freddie's got the GM hat, and Scott Gilmore's got his Dodge hat.
All right, so we got the Dodge boys and the Chevy cats.
Yes. So I think that's the Plan O attack today. So we'll talk with the Richland boys here in just a few minutes. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, we're going to replay our interview we had with Andrew Moore from the Roswell Chamber. First, he talks about a little bit about the county thing that was yesterday, but the rest of it you need to listen to.
The rest is the meat.
Yeah, that was from yesterday. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, Leslie Carrera with the Roswell Refuge joined us. So we'll play that update for you at 9 o'clock. She talks about next month, of course, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So talking about some of the events they got planned for that, and just give us an update on what's going on at the Roswell Refuge.
Yes, sir.
Plus, we will have all of your other features that include news of the local and national variety, along with your Wall Street business update, weather, whatever else we can come up with for today's show.
That's right, Mackie.
They all walked in. I guess they're all here. I think.
Yeah.
As I was saying it, I heard the cavalcade of people coming in.
The door was closed. By the way, join myself from 929 The Brand, along with our sister station, 106.1 Fiero FM, this Saturday from 10 to 2 at Richland, there on West 2nd.
Yeah, they'll be at the GM store, but it'll be all Dodge and GM at the GM store.
Yes.
All of the Richland in one location.
From 10 to 2.
Yeah. Well, they'll be there all day, but we'll be on the radio from 10 to 2.
From 10 to 2. We'll be there from
yes.
10 to 2.
But the cars and everything.
They'll be there all day. We'll be there from 10 to 2.
You're saying it very Rain Man, like 10 to 2.
That extra hour. It's just...
Feed the boy. Let's give him some more ribs.
10 to 2.
It's 7:16. Let's see if our weather works. I see. I got my weather here, and it says something's there, but it's labeled funny. So here, allegedly, is your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot for the next couple of days. 100 to 105 on our afternoon high today, and lots of sunshine with high pressure over the area. It'll be clear for the overnight hours, lows near 70, and then 100 to 105 for the afternoon high again on Friday, and we get lots of sun. Clear for Friday night, low 100s, and sunny on Saturday, maybe a shower Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, I scrolled down too far. Currently 68 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 40%. Winds are out of the south at 6 miles per hour. Heat advisory In case you need a reminder, that's hot today. Heat advisory will kick in at noon, remaining in effect through 7 p.m. this evening. We are expecting a high of 105 today under sunny skies. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, clear. Overnight low of 68 degrees. Southwest winds 5 to 10. Friday, 104 for a high tomorrow. Winds will be out of the west, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, clear skies. Overnight low of 69 degrees. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. For you Saturday, 101 for a high under sunny conditions. Winds will be out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, 100 under mostly sunny skies. And then beginning Sunday night and pretty much every day I'm looking at next week, and I'm looking through Wednesday, we've got rain chances. Sunday night, there's a 20% chance of rain with an overnight low of 68. Monday, we're looking at a 30% chance of rain. Temps dropping too, 95 for a high on Monday. Our chance of rain bumps up to 50% Monday night. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 65. That's awesome. Tuesday, 50% chance of showers, partly sunny, high of 83. I said it, high of 83 on Tuesday. Tuesday night, 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy, 63 for an overnight low. 63 for a low. Ooh, that's closer to the 50s. How cool is that? And then Wednesday, we're looking at a 50% chance at showers and thunderstorms with a high of 84. Yes, this is what I'm saying. Good news on the way. Just got to get to 105 in the next couple days. That's in our future, allegedly. All right, it is 19 minutes after 7. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then the Richland boys will join us here on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
The Rehabilitation Center at Artesia General Hospital offers a variety of services led by experienced licensed therapists, including physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. Their multidisciplinary team provides a complete evaluation with the full support of your primary care provider to develop a custom plan to support your personal goals and recovery needs. These treatment plans help manage symptoms, educate patients and their families, and ultimately get back to the activities that bring you joy. Learn more at artesiageneral.com/rehab.
This ad paid for by Eddy County Lodgers Tax.
You don't want to miss Yucca Blossom's third annual Summers and Extravaganzas Saturday and Sunday, September 16th and 17th at the Eddy County Fairgrounds in Artesia. Over 100 vendors are expected at this year's event. A petting zoo, train rides, face painting, bouncy houses, a stuffy bear station, and numerous food trucks. Whether you're hunting for a unique gift or just having fun with a family, come enjoy the Yucca Blossom Summers and Extravaganza September 16th and 17th at the Eddy County Fairgrounds in Artesia.
Hey, Freddie Sosa here, Richland Chevy.
And Scott with the Dodge Boy.
For 5 days only, the Richland Chevy lot on West 2nd will be loaded down with cars, trucks, and SUVs from both dealerships. So who's it going to be?
Ram,
Silverado,
Chrysler,
Buick. You decide. Plus, low interest rates and rebates on select vehicles. Remember, Chevy versus Dodge, September 7th through the 12th at Richland Chevy on West 2nd. We're going to smoke the Dodge Boys.
You Chevy cats don't stand a chance.
Meow. Your Goddard Rockets are barreling through the 2023 football season. And coming up this Friday, your Rockets are back on the road, headed to Gallup to take on the Patriots of Miyamura High. Fiera 106.1 FM and KSBPTV.com have got you covered. Join Chris Deck and Chris Roybal for the pregame show beginning at 6:30 and kickoff at 7. Rockets versus the Patriots of Miyamura High. Friday night beginning at 6:30 on Fiera 106.1 FM and online worldwide at KSBPTV.com. Southeastern New Mexico's sports authority, then, now, and always.
Playing dance music can help ward off mosquitoes. Now you have a reason to invite Pitbull to your next pool party. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 22 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in the studio this morning, the Richland boys. We'll say that at first. We got Dodge represented and Chevy represented here. So Freddie Sosa and Scott Gilmore joining us. I guess, Freddie, you're officially representative of the GM.
Yep.
Scott, you're officially the Dodge boy.
Yes, sir.
There we go. But they're, just rivalry this weekend. They're friends the rest of the time. So, morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Great. How about yourself?
Doing good. Well, this weekend, today, it all starts, doesn't it? You guys are having a fun weekend event where we're just having a little fun, pitting the Dodge boys against the Chevy boys, and basically putting the entire inventory of Richland Motors vehicles here in Roswell at one location.
Yeah.
All the Dodge, Chevy, Chrysler, Ram vehicles, all the Buicks, the Cadillacs, all of it, one spot.
One of the things that kind of helped us make this happen is both of our lots have been pretty blessed with having inventory when other lots around not only Roswell but around New Mexico, inventory's been real shy. And we've talked about it before, what our stance during COVID and just making sure we turned inventory fast is the reason we have inventory now.
Right.
But the cool thing is when you combine both of our big inventories, we end up putting over 200 units in one location with over 15 salesmen.
Wow. So that's and
6 managers all in one location.
Kind of a rare thing to see that many brand new vehicles in one spot.
Well, it's a combination new and used,
right?
But I mean, it's more inventory you've been able to see on a lot in probably the last 5 years.
Nice. So if you're looking to upgrade here, or maybe you got something during COVID that wasn't quite what you wanted, and now you're ready to get more of what you wanted, now's the time to come and check that out and do that kind of stuff. Or, of course, back to school, college, I know they kind of all there, but if you're still looking for a ride for like a reliable vehicle, maybe something on the lower end on the pre-owned side, come on down, take a look, whatever it is, chances are with that many vehicles on the lot, there's probably at least one or two that fit kind of what you're looking for here. So
yeah, we have combinations of just about anything. We have full-size SUVs from both the Chevy and the Dodge inventory. Dodge has Wagoneers. We have Tahoes and Yukons right now, and used on the Tahoe and Yukon side, and we have some new ones over there on the Dodge side with the Grand Wagoneers. So
good deal. So if you need to move families or equipment, got you covered either way.
Yeah.
Or both. Some need to do both. But what's because how does that work with you guys? Because obviously, when you're at your respective dealerships, you have your ways you handle, who goes where and how. How does it work when everybody's there? Is it just game on, or is it because I'm sure your guys are like chomping at the bit, and then your guys are chomping at the bit. It's like, all right, who gets to go see him first? It's just, he's looking at a Chevy, it's mine, or looking at Dodge, it's mine.
Yeah. If you pull into the lot and you see some guys sprinting at you, it's all unfair competition. They're not trying to get you.
Well, and our sales guys they're in a great situation because both the Chevy guys and the Dodge guys can sell on the other person's respective inventory.
So it's game on regardless.
Yeah. So the salesmen are just trying to get as many units out as possible.
Sure.
The competition is amongst the managers because this is.
So you guys are really
because those guys. It's all about selling the most units. For us, it's about who wins.
Sure.
When it comes to which store has the most at the end of it.
Gotcha.
And so it's a.
So is there shenanigans between you two, like staging stuff? It's like why, because I'm sure there's like certain spots on the lot you stage things. And you're like, why is it all Dodge stuff over there? Why is it all Chevy stuff over there?
Oh, yeah. We noticed when we were moving the inventory over, they put all their Chevy and GM stuff on the outside. So we slapped the Jeeps in four-wheel drive and put them in the rocks.
We slapped them in the north corner of the rocks in the service line.
Well, they're all together, but technically the Dodge boys is the road games.
Travis comes up and he's you're putting the Dodge units over there. I was like, well, I'm not giving up my prime real estate.
I am about to say, I was like, I'm willing to share, but I ain't giving them the good China.
This ain't no hat rack.
So does that mean because I know when you guys are there for the weekend, you're working, doing your thing. You guys, and this is something that it doesn't matter which dealership you go to, the Dodge or the GM. It's a very family atmosphere. But people at work, we talk about this every time. It's a family fun environment. They try to not make it like a sales experience and more just, you're here to handle business, but, we're all people. Let's hang out and be people. So that being said, I know you guys are pretty good about food and cooking and grilling. So does that mean, since the event's happening at GM, are you guys like the host and you guys are in charge of the grilling stuff, or the Dodge boys expect a bit? Nah, this is your house. Get the fridge to do work too. I mean, how does that work? Are you guys the guests, or because I know you guys are always planning and plotting the food and the fun stuff too.
The cool thing is about even the Dodge guys when they come over. I mean, it's all the same. They feel like it's their home anyway. But,
right.
Food wise, we'll have a bunch of food on Saturday. We'll be giving out snow cones for a few hours. We'll have a snow cone set up there. So
get them early because it's going to be 101 that day. So
I mean that's why it's going to be hot. So I mean, if we're going to give out anything, it's going to be snow cones. So there'll be a snow cone vendor there. When you show up on the lot, don't be surprised if our sales guys just ask you if you want to register because we're giving away a 75-inch TV during the sale.
Why wouldn't you want a free TV? A nice 75-inch
Yeah,
TV?
exactly.
I mean, sign up for that. You're there already.
Football season's upon us, so
it starts tonight.
Yeah, we might as well get somebody real ready for these games.
That's right.
With something cool on their wall. So
and we can't control the outcome of the game. So if your team loses, that's on y'all. But
yeah.
At least you look.
Yeah,
at least
if you break
get a good picture.
that's on you.
Right. Don't be like them Cowboys fans you see on TV or on the TikTok every year throwing stuff at TV.
You can cry in HD.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be able to register for that on our website.
Okay.
So
you could go right now and register for that if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, there's no purchase necessary.
Don't have to wait till Saturday.
No. Well, and we're not giving away the TV until Tuesday because the last day of our sale is the 12th.
So you got a couple days. You got you said till early next week to get in, but don't wait too long. Might as well go ahead.
No, you can register on our Facebook page and both of the Chevy and the Dodge websites.
Very good. So if you want to do a little pre-gaming and peruse the websites to kind of pick and choose on some vehicles you're kind of looking for. So obviously, if you're like saying, "Well, I'm looking for Jeeps," or "I'm looking for a Cadillac," or whatever it is, that way you can kind of get online and see, kind of give you a picture of idea what you want. And then when you're saying, okay, now when you get to the GM store, you're like, I saw these online. These are the ones I want to kick the tires.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the best thing about both of our websites is we have anywhere between 25 and 40 pictures of every unit that's on our website. We have a lady who comes in. She takes great pictures for us, and she's there every day updating our website. So you get a great idea of what it is you're getting before you ever step foot into the dealership.
Only thing she can't recreate is new car smell on the internet. You got that. We haven't figured that one out.
We've been working on scratch and sniff, but they said that's a lost technology.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know, man. I loved it back in second grade. I get a test. I was like, wow, my sticker smells like blueberries. They never quite got popcorn right. That one never smelled like popcorn to me, but that was another.
Yeah, that's my favorite jelly bean flavor is butter popcorn.
Is the butter popcorn one?
But the problem is the vomit one is the same color.
Oh, so it's a crapshoot every time you eat one.
You're bringing up sore subjects there, Mike.
You Harry Potter. But I'll tell you this: it's going to be a fun weekend, regardless. It's that's just what Richland the folks do, and they make it a fun event. So please come down and bring the family, have fun, and participate in all the stuff that's going on or get food. But really, take a look at the great deals of the vehicles. If you're, regardless of what you're looking for, whether it's fuel efficient, pre-owned, or if you're like, no, I want to go luxury, or no, I got work to do, whatever that is. Especially between all the GM vehicles and all the Dodge Chrysler vehicles, you're going to find something that fits what you need. And this is the other great part is I know on the GM side, Freddie's kind of the whiz of the finance. I'm sure the Dodge guys, you got your ringer over there that kind of does that same kind of thing. That's the thing. If you're having, if you're worried about credit, things like that, let their experts get in there and they have great relationships with a lot of our loan people here in our community, so they can see your situation, and this is what they do all day is do this kind of stuff. So let them work their magic and say, hey, yeah, I can get you approved here, or I can get you approved here, or maybe it's multiple. It's like, hey, pick your poison. We got 3 or 4 offers.
The cool thing about the Dodge store is Scott and Brady both were trained by me, and so
they're under your tutelage.
Well, they're both guys that started off at the Dodge store as salesmen.
Freddie's Padawan or whatever they call him.
Well, I keep calling Brady Grasshopper. he's pretty tired of hearing it. But that's the cool thing is one of the best things about what we've done as Richland is we're constantly training people to be better than us. And so Scott and Brady both are doing a great job. They're whizzes. They're dangerous behind the desk. They do a great job. So I mean, it's
and when Brady was in with us last time, we were kind of talking. You know, Brady was a guy like much like yourself and stuff. This is a Richland thing. You know, he literally started entry level
washing cars
for at the time Desert Sun.
Yeah.
And now look at him where he's at just a few short years later. Hard work and dedication. That. To be honest, when we think of the car industry and people that work in the car industry, we don't think of people that spend careers at one place. You know what I mean? Like they'll hop because that's just the industry, you know? But you don't see that so much with you guys. You see guys that have been there 10, 20, years. And I don't care what anybody says. That's the kind of stuff that speaks volumes about a business. You can promote and advertise and talk about all the great things in the world. You want to really know what a business is like? Just look and see how long their employees have been there, longevity, things like that. And when you see people everywhere you look, they've been there 5, 10, 15 years, that speaks volumes about what they do as a business, as a company there. So,
yeah, we have people that are there that have been there since the 90s.
Yes.
So we have a group of guys who have still with us back from the McMurtry days.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. we have a group there. We have a whole nother group that's been there I've been there for 16 years now.
Yeah.
So, and then a whole nother group that's 5 to 7 years. And so
that just speaks that it's a good company.
Yeah.
If they treat their employees, they treat their customers right. And that's at the end of the day, all Richland wants to do. Sure. They want to get you to buy a vehicle this weekend, but they want you to buy a vehicle 5 years, 10 years, whenever your next time to buy a new vehicle is. Every time when that one's, the doors are falling off on it and you're ready to get a new one, they want you to roll into one of our Richland, whether it's the GM or the Dodge, and get taken care of.
Yeah, one of my favorite things is watching guys who when they first start with us, they consider it a stopgap. It's what they're going to do till their next deal, and then doesn't take too long for you to decide, why would I do anything else?
Right.
And so it's just cool because, I mean, it's very rare you go to a job where you have fun just about every day you walk in. I mean, the car business is fun. Like hanging out with a bunch of guys who we all hang out after work. I mean, both stores, both group of guys, we're all friends. We all hang out. It makes it worthwhile. I mean, I remember the days being younger, just dreading going into work, and I haven't had one of those days in years.
Nice.
I mean, it's cool. It makes what we do so much more fun because everyone just enjoys being there.
Sure, and it also translates to the customers and what you guys give and offer for your customers.
Well, they feel it.
Yeah. And don't forget, one thing I do want to remind folks, when you are out and about shopping at Richland, whether it's for a GM vehicle or for a Dodge vehicle, once you get one, you're in the program. You're in the brand champion program, and that means you're in the club, so to speak. And so there's a lot of perks that come with being a member of the brand champion program. As far as down the road here, oil changes, maintenance on that vehicle, it goes beyond that. When you need loaners, you need stuff like that, or if you want to do upgrades. I know especially for folks in trucks and Jeeps and things like that, like to start adding aftermarket things to stuff. You get discounts and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of perks. Plus warranties on things tend to go a little longer and everything else. It really is. And it's for the life of you owning that vehicle. So if you own the vehicle 15, 20 years and you bought it at Richland, guess what? They're still going to be in the even if they might be saying, hey, dude, you've had that car 18 years. Maybe it's time to get a new one, but you're still in the champion program,
we train these guys to, like, car salesman has always been just like a derogatory word. Like, so people just, you're a used car salesman, blah, blah, blah. So we don't necessarily train people to be car salesmen. What we train them to be is car guys.
Sure.
And what a car guy is somebody that answers their phone every time someone calls because they're their customer who's really turned into a friend or a buddy has a question about their car. So I want my guys, when a customer calls and says, hey, where should I get tires? Oh, I got a guy. Let me give you their number.
Yeah.
And so they're helping their customers with every aspect of them owning this car.
Gotcha.
Because they're their car guy, not necessarily their car salesman.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And well, that's exactly. It creates that, relationship bond, and that's what you want. You want that thing. I do have a question, a logistical question about this weekend. I know everyone's going to be at the GM store this weekend, but if you need service on your Dodge and things like that, is that all going to be open at the Dodge store there, or do they all need to go to the GM store for that stuff?
No, it's they're rolling over there. They're
okay. So if you need your oil changes or whatever, you need to work on your Dodge Chrysler vehicle, bring it on over to the Dodge store this weekend. The guys are there working, doing their thing. And
yes, sir.
Same thing with the GM side. If you need to get some work done in the service department there, come on down. So I was just curious about that. It's is everything over there, or do you need to get just work on your current vehicle?
I'm glad you brought it up, because Kim is still over there manning the phone. So give her a call and get yourself scheduled if you got something going on, or you just need an oil change. Or
they're really great about getting you in and out quick and everything else. A couple times they bailed me out. The most recent one was about a year ago. I had my battery. It was about the 5-6 year mark, and the battery said, not today, boys. I was like, I'm stuck at work. And I got to jump and drove right down to the Dodge store, and they got me a new battery.
It's hard to believe you've had that thing for that long now.
Yeah.
I mean, it still feels like yesterday that we were sitting here, and I said, hey, you should look at Jeeps.
I still love that Jeep, too. I'm like, it's my favorite vehicle all the time. I'm going to be that guy. I'm sorry, but I'm going to be that guy that, I'm going to ride this thing in the ground, and I'm like, all right, give me another Jeep.
That's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But come on out. It actually, everything starts today, right?
Everything starts
the
today.
vehicles and everything so if you're looking for a Dodge, slim pickings over at the Dodge store right now. You're gonna have to come on over to the GM store.
Well, it kind of worked out perfect, because we have some of the most aggressive deals on both sides that we've seen in a long time. Dodge, I'll let Scott go over a couple things, but Dodge has some of the most aggressive discounts I've seen in years. And
so that really back to pre-COVID kind of stuff that you're seeing, or
probably even better than that.
Wow.
So I'll let Scott go over a couple things.
Yeah,
they're actually really good.
Talking about your Jeep, we got Wranglers for employee pricing. We got Gladiators with 10% off MSRP.
Nice.
So, both of those, you're looking at $5,000-$6,000 off.
They're both awesome.
Yeah. Grand Cherokees and Grand Cherokee L's, you get employee pricing plus rebates. So, you could get. I think we looked at one yesterday that had $6,500 off.
And if I remember right, I feel like those Cherokees, any of the Grand or any of that class, are it seems like they get the most awards every year. All those Motor Trend awards and everything. Jeep Cherokees every single year seem to be the tops in those industry
and they just made them better.
Yeah.
If you hadn't noticed, there's a new body redesign. There's a third row available. It's got a massive screen in there. It's real comfortable. If you're not going to buy one, at least come check one out and
it's kind of baller
keep it in the back of your
head.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet.
One with employee pricing on, you said the Gladiators?
Yeah. No. Wranglers and Gladiators got the 10%.
Yeah, so 10% off. If we sit here too much longer, Mike will be talking about getting another Jeep.
I am tempted. Yeah, very easily tempted.
Well, because Jeep is something that has gone for MSRP or more in big cities for so long.
They hold their value.
Yeah, and for the manufacturer to come and offer these type of discounts is kind of unheard of.
It is rare because Jeeps sell themselves, and they really don't have to. You know what I mean? Especially Wranglers and stuff. It's no, you want one, you buy one. It is what it is. But once in a while, they're all right, we'll give you an incentive on those. It's this is what we're saying. But just because of the track record and people that want Jeeps, they're okay, and so they don't need to dangle a carrot to get people to buy them because they're in demand. So if you want one, and now they're dangling a carrot, this is pretty nice.
Yeah.
5 years ago, they'd slap a $500 rebate on them and be like, "We've got a sale." So now to have these huge discounts,
it's a real
on them
big
is crazy.
deal.
Yeah.
Good deal.
And trucks too. Classic trucks, I've got 10% off MSRP on those as well.
Okay.
Or 4.9% for 72 months. And Half tons, we've also got 2.9% for 72 months or rebates.
Nice.
And what's crazy about the half tons is there's already $5,000 in rebates, and if you trade in your Ram, you get another $1,000. So
wow.
We've got a couple trucks on the lot that got close to $10,000 off.
So you can really save, if you're looking to, maybe it's time, maybe you're like thinking you got your Ram pickup, it's like, all right, I got a few years under this thing, put a few miles on this, maybe it's time to trade it in while it's still, got some miles and things, years left on it.
Yeah.
And, especially if you're going to knock $5,000-6,000 incentives off right off the bat, that's a pretty good deal.
If you bought when the market was real high and you need to get out of that vehicle, come see us because we've got
that's
ways
a
to
good
go,
point too.
Yeah, because that's really what happened is people were buying just because they needed to buy, and it wasn't really the best time. But when you have a need, you have to take care of it. And so right now, what they're doing is really, really aggressive. Is what on the GM side, they're really concentrating more on interest rates. So for the first time in a long time on half-ton Chevys, we have 0% for 36 months and 3.9 for 72 on half-ton Chevys.
Wow.
And that's great rates when we're looking at prime rates in the 6s, 7s, and 8s.
I was about to say, I was like, usually if you're under 5, you're doing amazing right now.
So you have, and that's the cool thing about what's happening this weekend is you have big discounts on one side, great rates on the other, and it really just depends on what it is that you're looking for or what you're trying to accomplish this weekend. There's so many, and it's very rare you have two places with this type of stuff where Scott knows the Chevy side. He's worked at the Chevy side for 3 years now. Before he went to Dodge, I came from the Dodge store to the Chevy store. So both of us are as we're working these deals. If we feel like, hey, maybe we should go put them on this Dodge unit because it has a big discount. And in most places, you don't have that luxury.
Sure. And some of your sales guys too. I know, like some of the guys that are sitting in the GM stores spent time, selling Dodges and vice versa. And so when you talk to the guys too, they're pretty much experts on all the vehicles, not just their own brand, so to speak here. So don't hesitate to ask questions, do your homework. But like you're saying, if you've been kind of playing the game, it's like, I want this here, but the timing hasn't worked out with the numbers here. Well, guess what? The timing's now.
Yeah.
This is the weekend. The planets have aligned where the rebates and incentives are kind of melding with the lower interest rates right now. So it is a good time because the cocktail of savings is kind of the storm's hitting right now. So if you're trying to get out of a bad situation, this is the time to do it. You're going to get in a much better one. If you're just saying it's time to get a new vehicle, well, now you're moving in on a good time to put one in your driveway here. So
you can make a good situation better, also.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And don't forget the pre-owned too. If you're thinking, no, I'm a pre-owned person, that's what I want. Well, no problem. We got you covered here. And the other thing too is with the new vehicles, people kind of now getting what they wanted that they couldn't get earlier because of COVID. Now those vehicles are sitting on the trade-in lots, which means I bet your pre-owned lot is starting to kind of
we have probably
fill up too.
We have more used cars than we have new sitting on that lot this weekend.
Gotcha.
So we have over 100 used vehicles sitting there, and the vast majority of them are all 1 or 2 years old with pretty low miles because people are trading in some of that stuff that they bought that wasn't exactly what they wanted. Then they ordered something else.
I wanted aqua, and this is opaque or whatever, whatever it is. Yeah, it's got alloy wheels, and I wanted graphite or whatever it is. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. Or interior's blue, and I wanted brown or whatever it is. It's that kind of stuff. But whatever it means huge savings for you. So come on down. It's all going to be at the GM store. They're on West 2nd today through the 12th.
Yeah.
Come on down to, and normal, come in the morning. They'll be there till the last customer goes home at night there, just like they always do.
Yeah, give us a reason to go home late, eat cold dinners.
There you go.
That's our favorite.
Mm-hmm. Well, they'll fire up the grill and start making more steaks or something.
Yeah.
That's what they do. If you're at the right time, they'll throw one on for you.
Right. 100%.
And don't forget too, if you need service on your vehicles, that all that's going on full blast this weekend. If you do need to get service on your Dodge Chrysler, go to the Dodge store. They got you covered. Call, schedule your appointment, whatever you can do, or if you roll up because something happened while you're on the road there, they got you covered there. Same with the GM store as well, too. And don't forget, they work all makes and models. So just because you didn't buy your vehicle at Richland, but you need someone to work on it, not a problem.
Yeah.
They can work on you there. Those guys have probably more certificates than all of us do combined nowadays to be a mechanic in the auto industry. You really have to get certified. It's not the days of just turning a bolt and dropping some oil into a pan. It's you got to have an engineering degree to work.
Service
on some
technicians is one of the hardest jobs to be able to fill.
Yeah.
And we're blessed to be able, with both stores, have some really good ones sitting in
They
their shop.
have a lot of experience and qualifications on their belt, even to be able to do that job now.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's impressive. So, anything we missed? Anything we wanted to cover, share, or we just skipped?
No, just remember, this is a competition for us, so guys. So if you got a favorite salesman, come in and ask for him by name, and if you don't see him there, they'll be there, and then they all are part of teams. So take advantage of the fact that this is some of the most attention to detail in a car dealership you'll have. I mean, normally it's really good when we're separate. Just imagine when we have all this firepower in one location.
Absolutely, yeah, and I'll tell you too. There's a competition, but they're going to all work. At the end of the day, the person's going to win is the customer. That's regardless of who sells more Chevys or Dodges, and they're having fun with it, but they're all going to work hand in hand to help you get the right deal. So they're going to have their fun competition, and all jokes aside, but doesn't matter if you're a diehard Chevy or diehard Dodge, they're going to make sure you get the vehicle that you're happy with, and when you roll off that lot, you're smiling and proud of your purchase.
Yeah.
That's what we want to make sure that happens. So doesn't matter where your loyalties are, Mopar or Chevy or whatever it is. We can have those debates in the parking lot. I'm curious. Do you have guys that are like Chevy guys that are actually like closet Mopar fans and vice versa? Where they're, I'm just wondering how those debates going.
The biggest one is Brady.
Yeah.
I mean, Brady worked at Chevy, but he's a Mopar guy. So when it came to talking about, he just went back home and he's excited about it. So
good deal.
I've never met somebody that I've met lots of people, but
sure.
Brady's a prime example of exactly what you're talking about.
Good deal. I'm curious, is he kind of starting his own little collection of car, is he like his own personal, becoming a car guy in his own personal world a little bit?
Oh yeah. I haven't seen a guy his age go through as many cars as he has. It's in his early 20s, he's owned a Hellcat. He's had trucks. He's done really, really well for himself, and he's a car.
I was just wondering if he's going to be that guy that has the garage that you go like it's. And there's like 6 or 7, I don't know if they're Vets or Charger, whatever's in there, classic cars, whatever.
He'll be that guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's that guy.
Yeah, he's just getting started in this stuff, and so it'll be real impressive to see what turns out for him.
When Freddie and you guys are sitting on the porch drinking your beer and yelling at people, get off your grass, he'll be the one that running the store, probably.
Yeah, we'll be the one.
He's like, no, we'll be on the porch taking pot shots.
It'd be Brady we'd be telling to get off our grass.
Very good. So come on out. It's all happening at the Richland GM store. Start now through the 12th on West 2nd. Come on down. See the entire inventory of brand new and pre-owned vehicles that are under the Richland umbrella. Doesn't matter if it's a Dodge, a Chrysler, a Jeep, a Buick, a Cadillac, a Ram. It's all at one spot. You're going to see probably the largest collection of new and pre-owned vehicles in the region at one spot, Richland, this weekend. So come on down and see it. Let the entire so is it going to be red gray? Is that the official? All the Dodge boys in gray and red, or is that just y'all just happen to be wearing those color shirts today? I didn't know. Okay, I didn't know if there was because if you watch the video. By the way, I didn't know Cliff Burton worked for you guys. That's a metal reference.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen someone headbang like that since Cliff Burton in 1982.
No, he took his moment to shine and ran with it. Yeah, it came out. If you haven't seen that video, we have running on Facebook. Watch it. It's pretty good.
It's pretty funny. But I was like, man, because I'm a Metallica fan. That's what Cliff Burt was, our original bass player. That's what he was known for, is that whole that he was. And so I saw it. I was like, "Oh, Cliff Burt recreated right here." But so it was funny. But anyway,
that started with us telling Malcolm to start kind of head banging with his, and then Thomas goes, "Well, I got long hair. Let me do it." And then he ran with it. It looked great.
Yeah, is he even a metal guy? He's like, I like classical music.
He likes everything.
Yeah,
I didn't know. He just figure if you got head banging skills like that, I figure you.
Oh yeah, it
spend a time or two in a mosh pit.
He went hard, and I love it.
But definitely come on out, have some fun with us this weekend. Come and like I said, bring the family. Talk a lot. There's always a good time going on, and just come. Who knows? You might find your dream vehicle right there, and certainly would love to have you come and become a brand champion and part of the family too. So. Whether you're driving a Chevy or a Ram pickup.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Well, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
And stay cool this weekend as much as
it's going to be hot. So
maybe, I don't know, is there enough area where you could get, like, the cool lawn sprinklers we just kind of put in the parking lot where, on occasion you can just, that big one that goes like this? Yeah. That we could just kind of run through every once in a while.
You ain't ever had a bad idea, Mike.
All right, it is 7:50. Just saying, sounds like fun to me.
I started thinking where we could put it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just occasionally there. I mean, you're not going to get that wet where it's like you're soaked all day.
Got that section of grass right there in the center. I think it's perfect.
Just like you're like, all right, what are you going to do? Customer's not right now. I'm going to go for a sprinkle. And you go run out there, go through it, and back to that time, customers rolls up, and you're all right. Sprinkle, cool off. Let's go look at some cars.
There's Freddie out there with the shirt off.
Is he frolicking?
He's pretty big to be skipping.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I can't wait to video that. I want to see that's the next commercial.
Right. Thanks, Mike.
We'll see you guys. I got that image in my head. 10:54. Let's pause for news and a quick break. Don't go away.
And now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. Will Artesia lawmaker Jim Townsend make a jump from the New Mexico House to the Senate? It appears so, making it official on Wednesday. An announcement that Townsend will run for the Senate District 34 seat currently held by Alamogordo Senator Ron Griggs. Other House members from southeast New Mexico appear to be trying to make similar moves. Last week, Representative Candy Spence Ezel of Roswell announced her intent to run for the District 32 Senate seat that's being vacated by Cliff Pirtle. Last month, speculation ran rampant after a false rumor from a fake Twitter account that Townsend had died. And more than 180 shooters took part in this year's 15th anniversary of the Artesia Chamber of Commerce Clay's Crusher Fun Shoot. The event was held at the Eddy County Shooting Range. The Artesia High School cheer team helped run games and get participants registered. More than 15 sponsors helped pull off this year's event. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
For many years, there's been talk that long-term use of the internet by older adults contributes to the risk of dementia. Only now do we have some concrete research. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. With virtually no past research to guide them, doctors at NYU's School of Global Public Health and researchers at the University of Michigan, they set out to establish the first ever baseline study on what they call the long-term cognitive impact of internet usage among older adults. And what they found is noteworthy. After 17 years following 20,000 older patients, of those who were active internet users, the study places the risk of developing dementia at 1.5%. But with non-internet users, dementia risk soared to a whopping 10.4%. The brain seems to be like most other parts of the human body. As you age, use it or lose it. And get tech smart every single day at getkim.com. Here's why I recently ordered emergency medications for my family from Jace Medical. Supply chain issues have plagued almost every industry over the last few years. And just recently, the FDA declared a global shortage of medication and warned that critical antibiotics are in extreme short supply across the U.S. That's why Barry and I got a Jace case from jacemedical.com. So our family isn't left without potentially life-saving medications in an emergency. Do you and your family a favor and get your Jace case today. It comes with 5 prescription antibiotics used for common emergencies. Just visit jacemedical.com and fill out a simple form. Your information is reviewed by a board-certified physician, and the medication is dispensed by a licensed pharmacy at a fraction of the regular cost. You'll be glad you have the Jace case. Just go to jacemedical.com and enter code Kim at checkout for a discount on your order. That's promo code Kim at JASEmedical.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot for the next couple of days, 100 to 105 on our afternoon high today, and lots of sunshine with high pressure over the area. It'll be clear for the overnight hours, lows near 70, and then 100 to 105 for the afternoon high again on Friday, and we get lots of sun. Clear for Friday night, low 100s, and sunny on Saturday, maybe a shower Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Boy, some exciting volleyball action on Tuesday night. Roswell paying a visit to Artesia, and Artesia wins that game by a score of 3-2. But Roswell is on the verge of eliminating the Lady Bulldogs in 4 sets. But Artesia won that 4 set 27-25, and then squeaked by in the fifth, 15-13. Roswell is now 2-1. They'll be playing at the Sweet 16 tournament in Las Cruces. This morning, pool play against Las Cruces High. That starts at 9 a.m. Meanwhile, Goddard playing on the road Tuesday night at Gadsden wins by a 3-1 count. Senior Ava Flores has 12 kills for the Lady Rockets. The Goddard will also be playing at that same Sweet 16 tournament in Las Cruces. That begins this morning at 9. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
Attention Roswell, Carlsbad, Artesia, and surrounding areas. Roswell Tire and Appliance has what you're looking for, with a great selection of refrigerators, freezers, washers and dryers, and ranges, and they can prepare your appliance as well, with many models in stock and on sale. You can own it today. RTA services after the sale with repair, warranty, and delivery to Roswell and surrounding areas. Save big on a selection of scratch and dent appliances too, plus a great selection of tires and a team of people to help you when you need it most. Roswell Tire and Appliance, 101 South Main in downtown Roswell.
Are you ready to make a real difference in your community? Introducing the New Mexico Army National Guard. Serve your community with pride and become a part-time hero. Join our dedicated team and enjoy the adventure of a lifetime. Get full-time benefits without sacrificing your current career or education. When disaster strikes and your community needs assistance, you'll be there to lend a helping hand. So don't miss out on the opportunity to receive education, adventure, and financial stability, all while serving your country. Get started by calling 1-800-GO-GUARD.
Your home for Kim Commando in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. At a time when OPEC and Russia continue putting an energy squeeze on the West by throttling back oil output, the Biden administration has canceled the remaining 7 oil and gas leases in Alaska's Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. What's more, the Biden team is looking at further discouraging development of millions of acres in the National Petroleum Reserve, Alaska. Special Counsel David Weiss will hand down an indictment of Hunter Biden by month's end. Politico reports the presidential son will face 2 felony counts relating to his 2018 purchase of a gun at a time when he said he was regularly using drugs, in this case crack cocaine. Keeping parents out of the loop, a California judge halting the Chino Valley Unified School District policy requiring notification of parents if their kids change their gender identification or pronouns at school. A fellow Republican suggests the brain condition affecting Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell may be more serious than the senator's staff and the Capitol physician are letting on.
Senator Rand Paul is an ophthalmologist and eye surgeon and says he has serious doubts about the assessment from Capitol attending physician Brian Monahan that McConnell's recent freeze-ups may have been caused by dehydration. Paul also takes issue with Monahan ruling out a seizure disorder because McConnell had a clean electroencephalogram. He told the Hill newspaper it's, quote, a medical mistake to say that someone doesn't have a seizure disorder because they have a normal EEG. Bob Agnew, Capitol Hill.
The number of Americans applying for unemployment last week fell to the lowest level in 7 months. Applications dropped 13,000, falling to 216,000. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is up 18 points, so the Nasdaq trading 195 points lower and the S&P is down 27. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
In Israel and among Jewish Americans, a sharp disagreement over the new U.S. ambassador to Israel. You get the latest from the Media Line's Felice Friedson.
Israeli reaction to the appointment of former Treasury Secretary Jack Lew as America's new ambassador to Israel is largely following party lines. Democrats are pleased with the 68-year-old's experience at Treasury and as former White House Chief of Staff in the Obama administration. Republicans, meanwhile, disparage the selection as proof of an Obama third term. In particular, they're concerned by Lew's leading role in negotiating the Iranian nuclear agreement. With a new version of the stalled deal believed to be lying in the wings, Republicans see a direct connection between Lew's appointment and efforts to conclude the agreement seen by many as dangerous and reckless, including a massive cash payment to Tehran. I'm Felice Friedson, Town Hall News, Jerusalem.
News and analysis, MediaLine.org and townhall.com. A dilemma for one group of watermen in Alaska.
The fishermen are facing hard times after 2 years of the Bering Sea fishery being closed or severely curtailed due to plummeting crab numbers. And they're concerned that more of the same awaits this October when officials decide on catch limits for the upcoming season. Researchers are trying to figure out what's caused the crab collapse. They say warmer waters themselves aren't killing crabs, but they may be allowing predators to move in and disease to spread more easily. John Scott reporting.
His daring escape was like something out of a movie. Pennsylvania prison officials say a murderer made a brazen escape from a suburban Philadelphia jail yard, scaling a wall, climbing over razor wire, and jumping from a roof. Apparently there was a guard in an observation tower who somehow missed the whole thing. Officials say that guard has been put on administrative leave. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
What the deuce?
Oh, Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell Talk FM. Buenos Thursday, everybody.
See.
Hope your day's going awesomely.
Indeed.
Got NFL football tonight.
Yes.
Tonight, and then high school football aplenty tomorrow.
Lots of dudes crashing against other dudes.
Yes. So here's the skinny. Coyotes are at home. we will have that game for you right here on 106.5 Roswell Talk FM. Yep. Our pregame start around 6:40. We'll kick off at 7 p.m. Goddard, they travel.
Yeah, they're heading to Deming?
No. Artesia's going to Deming. They're going to Four Corners.
They're going to.
Who are they playing?
I don't have the schedule in front of me. So
Miamura.
Yep.
I kept wanting to say Gallup. I'm like, not Gallup.
Great.
Miamura.
Yeah, Miamura. Yep.
They're going to take on Miamura. That broadcast you can hear on our sister station, 106.1 FM Firo. We will not have video of that game this week.
We won't, but we will have audio coverage with scoreboard at ksvptv.com.
Yes. What's going to do is we're going to be getting some help from Sammy C's group up there in the Four Corners area, and so we're going to get the feed from them to bring down. We'll have everything pregame, all that start about 6:40, 6:45 on our sister station, 106.1 FM Fierro. But we'll have audio only online, and then of course on the radio here.
Yes.
And then Bulldogs travel to Deming, New Mexico. We'll have that on our sister station, 990 AM KSVP. Video at ksvptv.com.
Yes, sir.
I believe they will have video for that one.
Yep.
So.
Just one game that's audio only this week.
Yes. So that's what we got going on.
I was put a little bit at ease during our meeting the other day when I watched broadcast professional Gene Dow trip over Miyamura's name himself. Because I cut the promos for the games on all of our stations, and the entirety of my career here at Pecos Valley Broadcasting, I've struggled with the name Miyamura because it's Miyamura, it's Mayamura, it's there's like 1,000 pronunciations of it, but I checked online. Miyamura is the correct pronunciation.
That's the one I've seen, and here's my official pronunciation of this
there
name.
It is. I'm a professional talker, people.
Sometimes I go a little Popeye with my pronunciation, but there's a show called Medal of Honor on Netflix, and I believe the second episode of it is about Miyamura, and throughout the whole episode they're calling him Miyamura.
Miyamura, because I've heard a lot of people say, "No, it's Mayamura." I'm like, "No, it's not." The heck it's not.
I'm going by the document. They all went Miyamura. His family members are talking in there, and they say Miyamura. So
Miyamura,
I feel like that's the official one. So
it rolls off the tongue a little better, too.
Yes, but that's where Goddard is going here. So, but we'll have it for you on the radio and audio only, ksvptv.com.
Indeed.
There's something else I was going to mention, too.
Cowboys football this Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday night football.
As they kick off the regular season.
Yeah, so that so the kickoff's what, at 6:30?
I believe it's at
6:25 or whatever they do on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, it's like 6. It's like 6. We'll call it.
I think our pregame starts at 5:30, right?
Yeah, 5:30 pregame. Yeah. Kickoff. We'll call it 6:30.
And that's on the English version on 92.9 The Brand. And in Espanol at 106.1 FM Fierro. Pregame in Espanol will start at 6 p.m.
Yeah, that starts 30 minutes later.
Yes, that'll start at 6. The on the country station 92.9 will start at 5:30. They get Victor Villalobos who does the Dallas Cowboys. They start their pregame. And they call them the Vaqueros.
Which is funny because and you pointed this out to me, and I noticed it now that I've been here a few years.
Yeah.
Depending upon how the Cowboys are doing in the season,
it's funny.
It goes from Vaqueros to Cowboys.
Los Cowboys.
Los Cowboys.
Yeah, they're on a losing streak. They're the Los Cowboys. But if they're winning, Vaqueros!
He really put some mustard on it on. Dude.
Yeah, but they're on a losing streak. Los Cowboys.
He put some stank on it when they're on a tear.
Yeah, it's pretty funny when they do that. But, we'll have that for you Sunday night. So it all begins. And then Red Raider football, too. Yep. Texas Tech on our sister station 990 AM KSVP on Saturday.
We got all the dudes crashing against all the dudes.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm excited. I'm going to watch some football this weekend.
Speaking of, and this is just kind of just a funny aside, there was a pay-per-view over the last weekend, and there were these two guys it was a wrestling pay-per-view. These two guys that went up against each other. It was this guy named Powerhouse Hobbs and this guy who calls himself Miro.
Okay.
Used to be Rusev back in the WWE. These two gigantic, massive, like big, muscly, obviously steroided out dudes.
Right.
So the whole time, the whole match, the crowd was just chanting meat.
Meat?
Meat. Every time one would slap the other, they'd go, meat! It was the greatest chant round I've ever seen in my whole life. We want meat! It was everything was just meat, meat, meat. Because the whole thing is there's an old meme where one wrestler back in the day was like, it's just meaty men slapping meat or slapping meat. Yeah, that's what it is. And yeah, the whole crowd was just like 80 or like 10,000 people together screaming meat.
Nice.
It was a real uniting moment, you know?
It is cool.
Yeah.
I went, when you said meat, I went right to Bull Durham. Because Kevin Costner's character in Bull Durham would call like his opponents meat. All right, meat. What you got out there? Come on, throw that big stinking ball down the middle, meat. You know, that's how he was talking. So when I hear meat, that's what I think of. But now I want to see that promo. Of
It was
like
rather
slap meat.
It was rather entertaining.
Slap meat.
Because so are you familiar with the Yay Boos?
I am not.
Chant? Okay, so if you have a traditional babyface and a traditional heel.
Okay.
The crowd will, when the babyface strikes the heel, go yay, and when the heel strikes the babyface, go boo. So they were going meat, meat, meat. It was like the crowd was trained beforehand.
Yeah.
It was so good.
That's cool. I love when it organically happens like that. So good deal. Let me give you the rundown.
Yes.
Speaking of organically, that was not organic.
Evergreen.
Yeah. We'll get you up to date with the weather here in a few. Did you hear my weather?
I did not.
Do you know what's going on next week?
I don't want to know.
It's good.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you'll be happy.
Okay. Maybe I'll stay tuned.
Okay. Like rain.
Nuh-uh.
80s.
Shut up.
No. Wow. Telling you.
All right.
Got to get through the 105s today and tomorrow.
That's right.
And all that.
See, we have to trudge through now to appreciate next week.
Yeah.
And you better appreciate the hell out of it.
Yeah. Monday is like a 30% chance with 95. But
Right.
Tuesday, it's like 50% with like 87 and 85 is highs for Tuesday and Wednesday next week with 50% chances
If
of rain.
the earth just gets cooled, the whole rest of all the dominoes will fall.
Telling you.
All
Just
right.
maybe. Maybe it's all.
Look at you bringer of good news.
I'm telling you, I'm got a little hope, little glimmer of hope inside
All
about
right.
this. We'll see. So, well, we'll get you up to date with the weather here in just a minute. As we get you all worked up. Then here in just a bit, we're going to play our interview. Andrew Moore, Executive Director for the Roswell Chamber of Commerce, joined us in the 9 o'clock hour yesterday. At the very beginning, we talk about the county meeting that was that day, but the rest of us talking about the stuff going on next week and after that. So disregard the very beginning of it.
They're a busy little department.
It is. So we'll play that for you here in just a bit. Later on in the hour, we'll get you up to date with news of the local variety. Try to work in that Cowboys report.
Yeah.
And or Vaqueros.
Vaqueros.
They haven't played a game yet, so the Vaqueros.
There's still hope.
and Wall Street Business Update, whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. All right, let's take a gander at that weather. I'm telling you, hope is on the horizon.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot for the next couple of days. 100 to 105 on our afternoon high today, and lots of sunshine with high pressure over the area. It'll be clear for the overnight hours, lows near 70, and then 100 to 105 for the afternoon high again on Friday, and we get lots of sun. Clear for Friday night, low 100s, and sunny on Saturday, maybe a shower Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All right. Currently, I scrolled up too high. Currently 79, pushing 80 here in Roswell. Humidity's at 20%. Winds currently out of the south at 9 miles per hour. We do have a heat advisory that's going to officially kick in at noon today and remain in effect through 7 p.m. this evening. 105 are expected high today under sunny skies. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, clear with an overnight low of 68 degrees. Southwest winds 5 to 10. Friday, 104 and sunny. West winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday night, clear skies, overnight low of 69 degrees. Winds out of the north 5 to 10. Saturday, sunny and 101. Winds out of the north 5 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, mostly sunny, highs near 100. And then Sunday night begins the rain chances. 20% chance of rain Sunday night, partly cloudy, and 68 for an overnight low. Monday, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny and 95. Monday night, 50% chance at showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy and 65 for an overnight low. Tuesday, 50% chance at showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy and 83. Wednesday, 50% chance at showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy, 84 for a high. Yes, not even 80s, low 80s. Tuesday and Wednesday next week. That makes me happy. I hope it makes you happy too. All right, it is 8:17. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Then we're going to play our interview with Andrew Moore from the Roswell Chamber. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Country Club Road Church of Christ will kick off their annual Journeyland program for grades 1st through 6th. Journeyland is a program where we travel through the Bible in 6 years. We will start Sunday, September 10th at 9 a.m. with prophets foretelling of Christ's birth, and will end with the parables in April. Our 2 teams consist of the red team, which is the 1st grade through the 3rd grade, and our blue team, which consists of the 4th grade through the 6th grade. We welcome all children to join us as we continue traveling through the Bible. We also have our recharge meal every Wednesday night starting September 6th at 5:30. This allows us to fellowship with one another before going into our classes at 6:30. We have Cradle Roll, which is nursery age, preschool, Journeyland program, junior high and high school classes, as well as adult classes that will start at 6:30. Come out and join us starting Wednesday, September 6th for our first recharge meal at 5:30. Have a wonderful, blessed day.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Do you struggle with acne, eczema, or worry about skin cancer? Research suggests that 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer by the age of 70, but when detected early, 99% of skin cancer cases are curable. At Epiphany Dermatology of Roswell, we place special emphasis on prevention, screening, and treatment, so schedule your annual skin exam by calling us at 575-208-7050 or by visiting our website at epiphanydermatology.com and get checked today. Prevention is key.
Hey, Freddie Sosa here, Richland Chevy.
And Scott with the Dodge Boy.
For 5 days only, the Richland Chevy lot on West 2nd will be loaded down with cars, trucks, and SUVs from both dealerships. So who's it going to be?
Ram,
Silverado,
Chrysler,
Buick. You decide. Plus, low interest rates and rebates on select vehicles. Remember, Chevy versus Dodge, September 7th through the 12th at Richland Chevy on West 2nd. We're going to smoke the Dodge boys.
You Chevy cats don't stand a chance.
Meow.
Your destination for health is closer than you think. You don't have to drive hours for personalized care. You can get high-quality health care right here, close to home, at Artesia General Hospital. From hip, knee, and shoulder replacements to sports injuries, general surgery, pain management, and wound care, our providers will help you get back to doing the things you love right here in Southeast New Mexico. Artesia General Hospital is here for you when you need us. To learn more about some of our key service lines, visit artesiageneral.com/closer.
Roll into Big O for big savings on oil changes and tires. From now until September 17th, get a $24.95 synthetic blend or $44.95 full synthetic oil change. Plus, get a $70 rebate on select Michelin brand tires and an additional $70 rebate on installation of select sets of 4 Michelin tires. Roll into Roswell Big O tires today. Installation charges extra. Required on all 4 tires. Not valid with other offers. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. Includes up to 4 quarts oil. Void where prohibited. See rebate form for terms and conditions. Additional retailer offer advertised within is independent from the manufacturer's offer.
You are 13.8% more likely to die on your birthday. Think about that the next time you want to celebrate your birthday month. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 25 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio now officially now, Andrew Moore, Executive Director for the Roswell Chamber of Commerce. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. How's I know now we're in the fall mode, so there's pretty much things going on every week now at the Chamber.
We do. We've got
sheriff's luncheons or city luncheons.
So as a matter of fact, this afternoon at 11:30, we've got Chat with Chaves County. So we'll have our Chaves County manager out, and, we've always extended the invitation to any of the department heads and our county commissioners. So it all kind of depends on whose schedule is open and who shows up. Sure. So please come out at 11:30 here at the chamber this afternoon. We've got lunch provided, and come ask the questions and get informed on what's going on within the county.
If they call right now, should they go ahead and call this morning if to have lunch stuff, or is it a little late on all that now?
Well, I always over order because I understand how Roswell works, that we don't always do a very good job of RSVPing, but that's because we all have busy lives.
Sure.
So, for example, last night we had our big welcome reception for the new Leadership Roswell class.
They will have their first class here pretty quick.
On Friday.
Yeah, this Friday.
So we are super excited, and we had almost 100% participation from the class to show up, and we had the largest ever alumni and Leadership Roswell alumni board members show up to our welcome reception.
Good.
So we had about 70 to 75 people show up.
Awesome.
And we were planning for 65. So it was a good problem to have that we, last minute had to put up a couple extra tables to accommodate everybody's seating. But it was fantastic. Rick, of course, always does a great job in welcoming the new class, and everybody got to meet and mingle and see each other's faces. So on Friday, they're not 100% strangers. They're like, oh, yeah, I think I remember you from Tuesday night. So we're super excited. The first class will meet at the Bassett Center at the Roswell Museum and Art Center. And then the second half of the day, I believe, is over at the Historical Society.
That's usually kind of a tradition for the first class. And
so we're super excited.
Yeah, and I think they learn like city government that day, right? Isn't
Correct.
That usually they kind of meet county city councilors and maybe the mayor and stuff like that too. Yeah.
So they kind of, and it's that kind of history of Roswell. So that's that first day. And of course, all of the welcome icebreakers that Rick does, so everybody can get to know each other.
Oh yeah, that first class they'll be up and running around here within 15-20 minutes of that class starting there. So yep, absolutely.
So
good. I'm glad
we're super excited. I'm woohoo, Leadership Roswell.
But if you want to come to the county luncheon here
That's today at 11:30. If you want to call, that'd be great, but show up.
Be there at 11:30.
11:30.
Bill Williams, the county manager, will be
correct. He's always on hand. He'll give an update of what happened at the previous county commission meeting and kind of a thumbnail sketch of what they're expecting for the next meeting. And of course, he's there to answer the questions that the community has. So if you have questions about, hey, why is this happening or why is this not happening? Come in, and they really want that input.
And also a great source because obviously, from the county and the county commission and their perspective, they do a lot of battling when in terms of some of the, like when you start hearing about like listing of endangered species and stuff like that, our county is very much involved with other counties and municipalities fighting legal fights there. So if you have questions about that, usually talking with Bill to get an update on some of that, he's usually a pretty good resource for where they're at and what's going on at that point for that kind of stuff.
And then, of course, he takes that feedback back to the commissioners and says, hey, this is what I'm learning from the community. So, it's very helpful for the community to show up because that's what they're there for, is not just to, truly our county commissioners don't want to just do everything that they want to do, but if they're not getting input from the community, then they are going to go in the direction that they think is going to be best for everybody. But if the community comes out and says, hey, we want you to do or don't want you to do, then they will follow the lead of the community because that's really what they're for.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
And then next week is our breakfast, Good Morning Roswell. Formerly Mornings with the Mayor. That is our early one. Tuesday. So after this week, the county always starts the month off on a Wednesday, and then everything else is Tuesdays.
The Tuesdays after.
Yes. So next week, Tuesday morning, 7 a.m., Good Morning Roswell. It is our city officials. So this week we get county. Next week we get city.
Will be the city manager? Or?
The city manager, Chad Cole, is always on hand. Or Mike Matthews, the deputy city manager. And of course, once again, Our city councilors, the mayor,
Sometimes
other
they may pop
city
in too,
department heads will show up. And once again, come and ask your questions, give your input on what's going on.
This is how our community works. These are your representatives. These are the people. This is how you find out answers, ask questions, how you inform them of things that are going on in the community,
Correct.
so they can do things about it. So this is that conduit between the people that run the show and the people that are in the show.
Correct.
And how do we all get on the same page? And
That's right. And once again, our elected officials do want to hear from you.
Absolutely.
Good, bad, ugly, and everything in between.
Absolutely.
Then the following week, so we're into our third week now, is Back to Lunch, and it's our Sheriff's Social Luncheon.
Yes.
We did, unfortunately, have to cancel last month's Sheriff's Social Luncheon because the sheriff and the undersheriff were both indisposed and unable to make it. So it was their
Happens
call.
once in a while.
And it was their call, not mine. And it was pretty funny because I did get some phone calls. Hey, why did you do that? And I was like, ooh, if I would have known I can just arbitrarily do things. I was like, no, the sheriff was just unable. They were unable to make it. So this month, Sheriff's Social Luncheon, it's the third Tuesday of the month, 11:30. We provide lunch.
2 weeks from yesterday.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then the last Tuesday of the month, so sometimes there's a week in between, sometimes they're not. It depends on how many weeks we have in the month. The last Tuesday of the month is our Education Luncheon, where we have Major General Grizzle, Dr. Sean Powell, and Brian Luck on hand to answer questions and get the feedback from what's going on within education in our community.
Yeah. So basically, if you don't know who those are, president of Eastern New Mexico University, the commandant of NIMI. Superintendent, I'm sorry. The guy in charge. And then, of course, your superintendent for the RISD is Brian Luck.
So, exactly. So we've got the college, NIMI, and RISD, and they are a wealth of information. We've got rumors running around with this new strain of COVID that's coming. And are we going to go into a lockdown? Are we going to be masking? Is there going to be vaccine mandates?
So far, all I see is on Twitter in that world. No one in real world has said anything about nothing. So I hope it stays there.
I agree. And I cannot find anything of substance that says that we're going to get it.
Yeah.
We're going to get lockdowns. We're going to get masks. We're going to have vaccine mandates. But that's, once again, come.
Yeah.
At the end of the month.
The Twitter scare bugs are already churning. So, but ask those questions to real people and stuff.
Please.
Because quite frankly, the only place I'm seeing that stuff is online. I have not seen it at anything real.
Exactly.
So I don't know if this is just
I'm reading the newspapers. I read 3 different newspapers. I'm always looking at the news on TV. I'm going through social media, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, all the places that my kids tell me that I'm supposed to look, blah, blah, blah. And nothing
live your life,
substantial.
do your thing. But yes, ask those questions like, hey, is this a legit thing or is this just people on social media doing what they do?
Exactly. And then our goal is in October to start our Lunch and Learns. So all of the previous events that we talk about are Chat with Chaves County, Good Morning Roswell, Sheriff's Social Luncheon, our Education Lunch. That is all the Chamber's gift to the community. We provide lunch for the community or breakfast, as the case may be, to come in and speak with our community leaders. Starting in October, we're going to have our Lunch and Learns.
Okay.
Lunch and Learns are a paid event because we go and solicit an expert in a particular field or industry to come in and educate the community.
Yeah.
on something.
Generally, we offer it as a discount to our chamber members.
Yes.
But anybody can pay and be a part of
Correct.
it. But if you're a chamber member, we usually cut you a break.
Absolutely. Absolutely. One of the perks of being a member is that when we do have paid events, that our members do get a discount. When the community is involved, the community has to pay a price. If you're a member, you get a discount.
Sure.
And it's looking like we will most likely have Gary Thrine, who happens to be a board member at the chamber and also a redcoat. He wants to come in and discuss kind of what identity theft looks like if you're using your credit card or debit card at the gas station, when you go through your self-checkout line, or even just the regular
So this is from a consumer perspective.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And how to protect yourself, what to look for, those types of things.
Good deal.
And
so that's all of us.
yes.
So this will benefit probably even businesses too, because now you go, to look for when people are trying to scam you guys.
Yeah,
as well,
what does
too.
that person look like that's going to try to compromise your point of
Like you
sale
always
machines?
and again, I only see it online. I've never seen it in real life, but a lot of times you see like those little scammer deals they put over ATMs.
Yep.
And it steals your information as you wipe. I've only seen them on TikTok and Twitter and all that.
Well, it
but
is
apparently they do happen in places.
Well,
so.
it's to my understanding that those big clunky gadgets, those are kind of old and antiquated.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're now small.
Okay.
And it can be something as small as just like a magnet or a sticker that goes on the back of a machine or something.
Gotcha.
And the way that they work is that the scammer will go in, even just a regular register line, say at Walmart, and they buy maybe a couple Candy bars, and they touch the machine, they've placed their device, then they go off and they either hang out at Walmart for a while or they go off and do whatever. They come back, go back through that same line maybe an hour or so later, buy another candy bar or something and grab their device back. And now whoever has gone through that line and used that machine for however long,
they've got their
all
identity.
that information has been compromised.
I wonder if it makes a difference whether you use a card or if you use your phone or something like that. I wonder for one's,
see, I want to ask
I
that
wonder
question because I
or
know
if you use a chip versus just swiping or
exactly
whatever.
because I know, like for example, when I get gas, I go to Sam's Club, I use my phone, and I feel like I'm safer, but am I?
Well, and to be honest, it's convenience because you're not pulling out, for me, not the wallet and everything. I can just go, hey, it's me, and then go, ding, and then you walk away. Is that safer or is that less safe? I don't know.
Or the same, you know, like what?
Yeah.
And then so, and of course, we're going to line up the hospitals. We've got a bunch of our other members that are interested and have ideas for lunch and learn. So, these, you know.
And if you got some yourself, give her a call. Say, hey, I'd love to see something on this.
Exactly.
All
Call
right,
us.
let's put it together. Yeah. So.
Call us because, of course, those are a little more extensive that we give our guest speaker typically an hour. So the lunch, we definitely, you know, give you a little longer lunch so you can plan to be out of the office or whatever.
But they want to get you back by, 1 o'clock if you got the rest of your day.
I do try very hard to make sure that everybody is back in their offices by 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
In any event that we do at lunchtime, because I understand that.
But generally speaking, a lot of our guests are willing to, like, if you don't have to be back late, but you have questions, want to stick around, a lot of them are usually pretty good about hanging. If you're like, want to ask questions afterwards or something.
And we're bringing business after hours back.
Great.
In fact, we've already got a couple scheduled September 21st.
All right.
And remember, business after hours go from 5 p.m. to 6:30. Once again, I'm very cognizant of everybody's schedules. So I really try to make sure our business after hours, at least the meat of the program, is done in an hour and a half. So September 21st, 5 o'clock at the Roswell Realtors Association down on 2nd Street is doing a big grand opening, ribbon cutting business after hours because they've remodeled their building and it's beautiful.
All right.
So they want to show off what they've done.
They want to upgrade their real estate, so they want to show off their real estate.
So that'll be nice to have our big kickoff business after hours
And I
with
guess if you're
them.
looking to buy or sell a home, too, there are probably plenty of people to talk to while you're there.
Absolutely. And then coming up in the real near future, we're just talking dates with some people. We've got, for example, in December, we do have Terry over at Hippie Chicks. She's celebrating, I believe it's 20 years of being open at Hippie Chicks. So we're going to do a big business after hours kind of ribbon cutting. Yeah, not really a ribbon cutting, but a rah-rah, woohoo, she's been here. She she's survived through COVID because how many of our small businesses, unfortunately, didn't make it?
Well,
so,
just 20 years in any business.
so
is
we're
an amazing
celebrating.
feat. Yeah.
We're celebrating all of that stuff. And once again, if you are a member, this is a perk of being a member of the chamber. You can have the ability to do a business after hours.
Schedule one for you.
And it doesn't have to just be for a grand opening or a ribbon cutting. It can just be, hey, I want people to come and see what we do and spotlight who we are.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of businesses choose to, when they have a milestone in their business, whether it's a new location or a grand opening or remodel, or an anniversary, they love to do it. But like you said, there's no rhyme or rule for that. If you're just saying, hey, I'm just trying to drum up more business, that's good enough. Come on, let's do one.
It's an excellent opportunity to spotlight who you are, who your business is, what you do. And then, of course, it's a wonderful networking opportunity because the community comes in. They may see new friends, old friends, forgotten friends. And then, of course, just once again, that networking that, oh, hey, that's right. I need a specific widget maker and you're that widget maker. Hey, let's get together. And
and that's like you said, you're making friends and connections and that as much as you are learning about the host business.
Yes.
Of course, the host business usually, generally speaking, they'll put out some kind of food spread and generally is tradition. If you want to bring a business card and $1,
yep.
There's like a little where at the end of the night we'll pull the name out and that person wins all the business cards
and all the money
and however many dollars are in the pot there.
Exactly.
Could be $30, could be $100, just depending on how many people are there that night.
Absolutely.
And but you're not obligated to do that, but you're more welcome. And generally they do door prizes and stuff. So
correct.
It's an incentive for people to come and eat free food and meet and mingle and all that.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win for everybody. The business gets people to go and showcase and spotlight what they're trying to do. At the same time, people get to come and meet other community leaders, business leaders, and like you said, either make connections or maybe create or strengthen existing ones.
Exactly.
It's what it is. It's a really good networking opportunity as much as it is a business promotion.
Yeah. So we're going to put that up on our website. We'll put it on social media. All of these events. We try really hard to make sure that we're updating our website, our social media. And once again, a perk of being a member is you get access to our weekly email blast that goes out right around lunchtime every Friday.
Yeah. Sometimes you get more depending on how many events are going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll send out specialized emails. For example, our weekly Tuesdays that we've got going on, I do send out a different email that just spotlights, hey, don't forget, we've got Sheriff's Social Luncheon. Hey, don't forget, we've got this going on. Because I understand that, I can sit here on the radio twice a month and rattle off all the things we're doing, but it does make it easier when you've got it where you can read it and go, oh, that's right, I got to make sure I make my phone call. Or you can go online. All of our events, you can go register online.
Absolutely.
And it makes it really easy for you to be able to go do that. So that way, if it's 3:00 in the morning and you go, oh, that's right, I want to make sure I attend the Sheriff's Social Luncheon or Chat with Chaves County or Good Morning Roswell. And then when I get into the office the next morning, you're there, you're registered, that you're accounted for.
Don't be like me, because I get into work at like 6 something in the morning and I get all my stuff like, oh crap, and then I start doing my texting. Then I realize it's like 6:30. I need to stop doing this. People are still asleep. I've sent out like 6 texts and just because my day's already started.
Well, exactly.
But I forget sometimes that most people aren't like me. Their day starts about an hour from now. So, but that's the convenience of this.
Exactly.
You can do it whenever it works for you. So don't be like me.
And so, those are just some of the things that we're doing. And of course, we're always looking for other opportunities in the community to either partner with other organizations or other events. And of course, if we know about the events that are going on, we can help highlight that. Because once again, I have a calendar that we are really trying to develop as a true community calendar. Sure. And that is one of the things that we are doing at the Chamber that doesn't have to do with membership or not membership, that if you know of an event that is going on that is open to the public, let us know. We will put it up on our calendar so when people go, I wonder what there is to do today,
they have a resource.
I would rather have 100 things on the calendar for today and people go, oh my goodness, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. Versus hearing the rumblings that you do, oh, there's nothing to do in Roswell. Roswell's an awful place. It's not.
Oh, and not even close. Yeah.
If you are bored because you don't want to do anything.
Choice.
It is, because I find out all the time.
Going on here. Every weekend there's events going on somewhere, some way, some shape, some form. May not always be something you're into, but I guarantee there's a place where you can probably go see live music somewhere every weekend in town. There's always a place to go and do a different
event. Even during the week.
Yeah,
I'm finding out. I just found out that there's an establishment in town that on Wednesdays. My girlfriends go and I'm like, oh my gosh, I had first of all, I didn't even know the place existed. Second of all, I didn't know that they had live music. So now we're like, oh, well, the kids go tumble and have to do gymnastics for dance, well, it's literally next door to where the kids are at. So we're like, hey, let's go hang out over there for a couple hours while the kids are doing their thing.
We'll make sure we're not tumbling by the time.
Right, exactly. So it's that type of stuff. And, you know, I find out, like, the community sometimes that, oh, that event happened yesterday. Well, if I would have known, I would have been there. So if people will call the chamber, email us, you know, or just... there's a way on the website, that roswellnm.org, that you can go in and submit an event on our calendar, and then Kyle and I get the email, and of course we will look it over to make sure that it is community friendly, because there are some things that I won't post on our website, but for the most part, I get the email and I go, yep, okay, that looks good. Make sure that the information is clear and concise, and then we hit accept, and it automatically populates to the website.
Easy to do, easy to go access, and that way, and if you're, obviously, if you have an event or something, you want to get it out in as many places as utilize the chamber.
That's right.
And the idea is if we get as much stuff on there as possible, then people just automatically in their brain say, what's going on this weekend? I don't know. Let me check the chambers.
Exactly. And that's what the website's for. And of course, if social media, if you will tag the Chamber of Commerce on your events as well, then once again, Kyle and I get those updates, and it makes it much easier for us to go in and be like, oh, okay, hey, look, this event is happening. We like and share it via social media. And then also, once again, we go, oh, we didn't know that existed. Now it's up on the website.
For people that aren't familiar with hashtags and how they work, they're a very powerful tool on social media. And utilize it by tagging the chamber in a lot of that stuff. It puts it on their radar, which means they can put it on everyone else's radar.
Correct.
So that's how you do it. Hashtag chamber on there so they can see that.
Yes.
Kind of stuff.
You know, we've got the Chili Cheese Festival that's coming up. We've got Pinata Fest that's coming up. And the Pinata Fest is going to be a huge event this year, because the United States Post Office is coming out with a pinata stamp.
Oh, okay.
And because we have the Pinata Fest, the USPS is going to be here in Roswell unveiling the pinata stamp.
Oh, cool.
So it's going to be a pretty big deal this year.
Nice.
Not that it's not a big deal every year, but it's,
it's being unveiled to the world in Roswell. And that's cool.
Come out and do that. Then Chili Cheese Fest is towards the end of September. So these are things, once again, these are things that are going on. We've got the farmers market that is every weekend.
And there's probably
on
about
the
another
lawn.
month of that left here. They'll go through probably around the first part of October, and it usually varies depending on the crops.
Correct.
But it usually goes through September, and usually around that first part of October is when they start shutting it down. But if crops are good and the produce is still coming, they'll keep it going.
Correct.
But usually it goes through September. So you got to leap out another 3 weeks to a month here of weekends of that.
And once again, then there's local vendors that are there, and it's anybody from 5 to 105 that I've seen that are these artisans, beekeepers. You want some fresh, good honey.
Oh, yeah.
And there are so many great health benefits to local honey.
If you're an allergy sufferer, go get you some local honey. That'll help. You'll be amazed at how much it helps you.
I know of a bunch of school-age children that are friends of my kids that make their own arts and crafts. And these aren't just like, the little crocheted widget. These are some really cool arts and crafts, jewelry, home decor that these kids are really putting their heart and soul into. And they're usually for fundraising for their sports or their activities, because, if you're a parent and you have more than one child, we all know how expensive children are to keep them busy.
And then the rounds of selling things and all that. Know all about that. So,
and how cool is it to go to the farmer's market and get something that's unique and made with love versus, some of these fundraisers where it's the same thing from 100 different kids and it breaks or it's, so.
Come hungry, too, because they usually do the burritos and all kinds of food out there, too.
But that's what the chamber is all about. That is what we're doing. With, like you said, coming out of the summertime and fall, we're all back home. We're done for the most part traveling.
We'll be
We're
talking
not-
about Christmas here in a couple of weeks.
That's right. So, check out our website, roswellnm.org.
Mhm.
Come down to the chamber, 131 West 2nd. Or you can give us a call, 575-623-5695. We have tons of things that are going on all the time at the chamber. If for some reason you're not seeing something, once again, contact us and we'll post it. We'll get the word out because there are times that I cannot be everywhere.
Absolutely.
And
can't clone you yet. So
that's right. My kids are thankful for that at the moment. But yeah, if you just let us know, we are happy to get involved and help out in any way that
That's
we can.
what the chamber does. That's what we do is support our businesses in our community and promote Roswell and making the Chavez County a destination and a great home for everybody.
I love
It's all part of it.
Roswell.
Yeah.
And this is coming from somebody that cried for 2 years when I first moved here 25 years ago. And now I can't imagine being I cannot imagine home being anywhere else. This is home. This is a fantastic community, and we all need to come together and highlight that. Yeah, do we have some things? Of
Nothing's
course we do. Everybody does. But the good stuff really does outshine the crud.
Absolutely. Yeah, as someone that was not born and raised here like yourself, I've seen how other communities are and things. I grew up back east, and it's a different mindset here. People are friendly. People saying hi to you in the streets and hanging out and just that's kind of weird back east. People kind of mind your own business, stay away. Saying hi to you. If you go up just say hi to people, they look at you like you're nuts. And it's like, what's wrong with that guy? Is he like, or they want, you know what I mean? It's just people are on their guard and defensive. Well, you see what goes on Twitter. That's why. But it's so much better to live in a world not like that. And I've lived in both. And folks here in Roswell, we have a very blessed community.
We do.
And we've got to protect it because if we don't, it's going to disappear.
It will.
So please support it, be a part of it, enjoy it, celebrate it, and
That's
get
right.
involved.
We're a
very
great
lucky
community.
to have
So
it.
come to the chamber, visit our website, roswellnm.org.
Yeah.
If you go to roswellnm.gov or .com, not us, you're going to go to some weird rabbit hole place. We are roswellnm.org.
.gov might take you to the city of Roswell's website.
It
It's the
actually will.
yeah. So there's useful things there, but not a lot of chamber stuff to be
Correct,
helpful.
because they stay city, of course.
But you
we're
want to
more
pay your water
community.
bill or go to the library's website, they got
You're
you covered.
spot on. You want to learn about city council, that's where you go. And then, of course, 131 West 2nd. We are just one block off of Main Street on 2nd. We've got the huge alien mural. You cannot miss us.
And come by. And if you need maps, if you have questions,
Absolutely.
if you're like, hey, what's going on in town, come on in and
If
ask.
you've got family coming in and you don't know what to go do,
looking for some
come
ideas.
in and talk to us. I am happy to give you an itinerary of anything from an hour to a week worth of stuff to go
Should
do.
keep you so busy your head's spinning.
Absolutely. Oh, 100%. And I can give you, because I've done it before. I've had a group of little old ladies. They were just absolutely adorable from back east. And they said, we're going to be here for 3 days. We have a family reunion. It was a high school reunion.
Okay.
And they said, we haven't been back here in ages. What can we go do? We have 3 days once we're done.
Oh, nice.
And so I said, well, what are you into? What do you want to go do? And I gave them 3 days worth of stuff to do with
cool.
Roswell and the surrounding areas. Because, they were like, well, we'd like to walk around and do some shopping. Okay, perfect. Here's the
Here's
map.
some shopping places.
And I did. I even got up on Google Maps, Google Earth, printed up the map for them and everything because, some people don't have smartphones.
Sure. Well,
And-
like I said, they're older ladies. They're probably not into technology. Like
Some of
younger
them
folks
aren't.
are.
One of them was like, oh, whatever. It was like, whatever, Bertha. I've got my phone. It's no big deal. And
She was doing the whatever boomer. Okay, boomer.
it
to
was
her friend.
hilarious. They were the cutest group of ladies, and I have no doubt that they had a blast.
That's cool. Good deal. Well, to come by. If
That's
you need
right.
help
Come
with
see
that,
us.
all that. And of course, if you want to become a chamber member or you are a chamber member and want to know what your benefits are, want to know how to utilize your benefits.
Or you have ideas because once again, it's Kyle and I in the office, and we've got a lot of ideas, but they may not be the ideas that our members want. So if we are not, more importantly than all of the wonderful things that we do, and I think that they are very important, if there's something we're not doing,
tell them.
That the community wants us to do or our members want us to do, tell me.
Absolutely.
And we'll do it, because I don't know what to change if I'm not told what to change.
Absolutely. You can't fix what you don't know.
Because at the end of the day, it's not about me. It really is about the community. Because the community is going to get really bored with me really quick.
And the chamber evolves to, yes, we're doing these things because that's what we think meet the needs now. But if there's things that we need to add or subtract that meet those needs, so be it. That's what we'll do.
And meet and greets. We've got, last week was the filing day for school board and city council, because in November... Yeah, I know. This is crazy.
Fast and furious.
We've got an election for city council and school board. Early voting is October 10th. So I have extended an invitation to every one of the candidates that is running for city council and school board. As soon as they contact me and say, hey, I want to meet and greet on this date, we're going to try to do each ward together so you can meet every candidate in those wards or in those school board districts. But...
And I think Leadership Roswell is also planning their annual.
They'll do their big forum where it's everybody, but we do it a little more intimately where it's,
But these are all sources for you to learn about the candidates and learn.
Because this is a big deal.
Attend, visit all. Good thing about like the Leadership Roswell one, that's going to be on video and stuff.
Yes.
Demand. So you can go back and watch it if you're not there. The other ones, be there in person so you can hear what they have to say. So when you do go to vote, whether it's early voting here October 10th or on Election Day in November, you're not flipping switches for people that you don't know anything about. You know about what they're doing. Because please, if you're going to go in there and you're like, I like the yellow signs, then don't go in there.
Please don't go vote.
Just
That's right.
Just don't
Just
vote.
stay home.
People always say, you vote your vote. No, if you're doing that, we don't need your vote. Go away.
That's right.
I'm sorry,
or I
you're not
counted the
helping.
signs and, Shelley over there has 10 signs and Gorman has 5. I'm going to go,
No, that's how we get in the messes we're into
That's
right now. We
do your homework, do your research.
Homework,
And once again, we have push cards. We have information that we've extended that invitation to any candidate.
All
if you've got
you
information,
folks
we'll
that
pass
talk
it out.
about this needs this and change and this and this is the one time you officially get a say in that.
That's right.
So do your homework and do it right. The rest of the time you're blowing smoke. This is the one time you can actually do something about it. Do your homework.
So contact the chamber, 575-623-5695. Come see us. We'll help you out.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, ma'am. We'll see you next time.
All right. See you in a couple weeks.
Stay out of trouble.
Never.
Possible.
Never. Not so fun.
News update. I'm Jared Cirillo. Will Artesia on Wednesday. An announcement that Townsend will run for the Senate District 34 seat currently held by Alamogordo Senator Ron Griggs. Other House members from southeast New Mexico appear to be trying to make similar moves. Last week, Representative Candy Spence Ezel of Roswell announced her intent to run for the District 32 Senate seat that's being vacated by Cliff Pirtle. Last month, speculation ran rampant after a false rumor from a fake Twitter account that Townsend had died. And more than 180 shooters took part in this year's 15th anniversary of the Artesia Chamber of Commerce Clay's Crusher Fun Shoot. The event was held at the Eddy County Shooting Range. The Artesia High School cheer team helped run games and get participants registered. More than 15 sponsors helped pull off this year's event. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
Hey everyone, with your Cowboys report, I'm Christy Scales. Safety J. Ron Kearse tells you why Sunday night's season opener at the Giants is made more difficult by a key Giants weapon acquired in a trade. You'll hear from Kearse after this.
Becky Hammond on Inspiration.
I hope it's an inspiration to girls out there, being the first woman to coach an NBA team. But I've always been more inspired by the future, not by what I've done, but by what's coming next.
What do you want to do next? Whether it's buying a home, growing your wealth, or protecting your assets, SWBC is here to support your next steps toward financial success with personalized service and expert advice.
Visit SWBC.com to take the next step toward your financial future.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Dallas Cowboys open the regular season this weekend in prime time on Sunday Night Football in New York against a Giants team that, like the Cowboys, won a playoff game last year and has improved through key additions in the offseason. The Giants acquired former Raiders Pro Bowl tight end Darren Waller, a big, fast target. Cowboys safety Jaron Kearse says Waller adds a new wrinkle and matchup challenge.
Going to be things that we haven't seen him do last year. He's one of the top 2 tight ends in this game. He can move after the catch. He poses a threat who's ever going against him. That I faced him before, so I got some familiarity with his game. He probably does with me too, so it's going to be a showdown on Sunday night.
Kearse has a new look this season, changing his uniform from number 27 to number 1. With today's Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Kroger and Albertsons are nearing a deal they hope will secure U.S. regulatory clearance for their proposed $24.5 billion merger by selling more than 400 grocery stores to C&S wholesale grocers for nearly $2 billion, according to people familiar with the matter. General Motors Global Head of Manufacturing Gerald Johnson says the demands received from the United Auto Workers Union have significant cost attached that would threaten GM's ability to maintain manufacturing momentum. GM executives reiterated they want to reach a fair agreement without a strike. The executives did not detail GM's economic proposals to the UAW. Oil prices rose on Wednesday, reversing early declines as traders anticipated further draws on U.S. crude oil inventory following extended production cuts in Saudi Arabia and Russia. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
It takes a long time to develop trust. At LaGrone Funeral Chapel, they've been earning your trust for decades. They understand how important it is to friends and family to celebrate a life in the way you choose. The professionals at LaGrone will ease your stress and anxieties. They'll provide the guidance you need to select a service that's appropriate. And that's what they've been doing for generations, earning your trust and doing the right thing. LaGrone Funeral Chapel and Crematory, 900 South Main in Roswell. Online at LaGroneFuneralChapels.com.
Your Roswell Coyotes are barreling through the 2023 football season. And coming up this Friday, your Coyotes are back home at the Wool Bowl, taking on the Tigers of Los Lunas High. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KSVPTV.com have got you covered. Join Art Sandoval and Kelly McDonald for the pregame beginning at 6:30, kickoff at 7. Coyotes versus the Tigers of Denny. Friday night beginning at 6:30 on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM and online worldwide, KSVPTV.com. Southeastern New Mexico's sports authority, then, now, and always.
A Greek-Canadian man invented the Hawaiian pizza. His name was Tex Colorado, and he was from Detroit. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. Closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News coming up next. Stay tuned next hour, about 9:15 or so. Crystal Noble with the Roswell Humane Society will join us, give us an update on what's available for adoption and what's going on at the thrift store as well. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Apparently, Hunter Biden's indictment is close at hand. Special counsel David Weiss plans to hand down an indictment of the president's son by month's end. Politico reports he'll face 2 felony counts relating to his 2018 purchase of a gun at a time when he admitted regularly using drugs. The latest job numbers are in this morning. Unemployment applications fell to a 7-month low last week.
It's another sign that the labor market remains largely unaffected by higher interest rates. The Labor Department reports U.S. applications for jobless claims fell by 13,000 to 216,000 for the week ending September 2nd. The 4-week moving average of claims fell by 8,500 to 229,250.
Correspondent Jeremy House. Putting the possibility of regaining energy independence further in the rearview mirror, the Biden administration has canceled the remaining 7 oil and gas leases in Alaska's Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. With artificial intelligence rapidly advancing and with what may be an especially contentious national election fast approaching, Google will require election ads to disclose any use of artificial intelligence.
The policy update will go into effect in November, a year ahead of the 2024 presidential election. A Google spokesperson said the new rule builds on Google's existing efforts to increase transparency. The policy affects ads that contain AI-generated content that depicts real or realistic-looking people or events. Tasha Stevens reporting.
Mexico's Supreme Court has voted to decriminalize abortion nationwide. However, various state restrictions in Mexico are not affected by that ruling. Watching Wall Street, the Dow 26 points higher. The Nasdaq is down 154 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
President Biden refusing to approve conditions sought by lawyers for 5, 9, 11 defendants in a potential plea deal.
Military prosecutors and defense lawyers have been exploring a possible plea bargain for more than a year. Terms under discussion would have the 5 Guantanamo detainees plead guilty and serve life sentences in exchange for being spared the death penalty. Lawyers for the men also sought a presidential guarantee they would be spared solitary confinement and provided care for the trauma suffered from being tortured while in CIA custody. But a White House National Security Council official, speaking on condition of anonymity, tells the AP President Biden rejected those guarantees, unsettled about accepting terms from those responsible for the deadliest assault on the United States since Pearl Harbor. Ben Thomas, Washington.
A Greek shipper pleading guilty to smuggling sanctioned Iranian oil will pay a $2.4 million fine. News and analysis, townhall.com. Israeli archaeologists have found 4 era swords.
They're exquisitely preserved after 1,900 years in a desert cave near the Dead Sea. Researchers who published the preliminary findings in a newly released book on Wednesday proposed that the arms were stashed in a remote cavern by Jewish rebels during an uprising against the Roman Empire in the 130s. The exceptionally intact artifacts were found about 2 months ago and tell a story of empire and rebellion, of long-distance conquest and local insurrection. The swords were dated based on their typology and have not yet undergone radiocarbon dating. Keith Peters reporting.
It had to close a popular rock climbing area in Yosemite National Park because of a huge crack in a massive granite cliff. Climbers recently reported the new fissure on the western side of the Royal Arches Formation. That's near a climbing route that's called a super slide. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Trace and Viernes.
Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Buenos Thursday, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Hope your day's going well. Hope you're staying cool. It's going to be a hot one today.
Tis indeed.
But I'm so excited for next week.
It's just, we just have to get, you know what? We have to suffer through today to appreciate tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow
or
too.
to appreciate next
We're
week.
to suffer tomorrow and the day after. And like,
it's a proverbial tomorrow.
But when I saw on Tuesday and Wednesday that our highs were like 83 and 84 respectively, that made me happy inside. Even if it doesn't rain, that makes me happy.
I know it's still 10 something on the thermometer, but I had myself a little mini Christmas yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was nice. I think I mentioned before how I've developed a bit of an addiction to an app called Temu.
Yes.
I saw as soon as I said Temu, Christmas popped up. So here's the thing: all my Temu orders are coming in over the course of like 2 days. So I got 2 gigantic packages yesterday. And those are always fun. Although, here's a couple of pro tips for you. If you're going to order something on Temu, order larger. Because it's always going to be smaller than you think it is. Everything is going to be smaller than you think it is.
You know what, ironically,
Get on, Mike.
I ordered stuff before we went to California. I had ordered some stuff from Temu. I had ordered 2 shirts and then like a set. Well, one of the shirts I ordered it larger because, you know, I looked at the measurements and I was like, there's no way. That is the only thing that was correct to size, and it is huge on me.
Really?
Everything else was normal size.
Maybe it's the material, but I ordered a shirt, and it fits me, but it's very, like...
Snug?
Is it spandexy?
Kinda, yeah.
All of the clothes that I ordered looked like cotton, and some of them said cotton, but they are all spandexy.
It's like, it's like a stretchy, but it's not stretchy.
Or something?
Yeah, it's like not stretchy at all, but yeah, it's like very, like, shimmery.
Yeah.
It's a shirt I can't wear to work.
I ain't gonna lie, you guys aren't selling me on the Temu thing.
If you're fine with Chinese nonsense, it's great. There's an endorphin hit. I understand why Thomas does what he does on Amazon. There's a certain endorphin hit when you can just kind of shop around. But when things are like 39 cents, you know, for the thing you're getting.
Yeah, I paid $1.37 for that shirt.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I got a drone. I bought a drone for like $16.
Now, and there's other stuff that we bought.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah, of course.
John bought a pocket watch and some other stuff.
How much was a pocket watch on Temu?
$9.
Now, I will say that some of the stuff you get is actually pretty good quality. Like, I ordered a gigantic...
Okay, like percentage-wise, 1 out of how many do you think are good stuff you get?
Okay, like 1 out of like 7. If you shop... Now, that's if you shop inebriated.
Okay.
If you're sober when you're shopping, it can go a lot better for you. But I got a giant flannel blanket that's shaped like a pizza and has a pizza on the front. I got it for Rhiannon, but I'm totally going to steal it from her. And it's nice. It's to size, and
how much was the pizza blanket?
Like $3.
$3?
Yeah. Well, because they hit you with these like text message offers, and they're like 90% off today
My
only.
phone, like half of the text messages you hear, it's not people talking to me, it's Temu.
Yeah.
And then I get the same emails. And then my husband is very much addicted to Temu too. So he'll send me something, and then as soon as he sends it to me and I open it, it's like, spin the wheel. And I'm like, crap.
Yeah. Wow. So, like, what's the most useful thing you bought?
Okay, the cord, the replacement lightning cable that I got for my iPad, for your iPad, that you gave me.
Yours now.
It's magnetic, so it just like, I'd slide it over to the cord and it just clicks on.
Okay.
Super useful. I also bought a super fast charger for my Android for like $2, and it charges my phone in like an hour.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there are good stuff on there. It's just if you're going clothes shopping, it's sketchy.
To be aware of your of sizes. That's the main thing.
Like, what's Like, where's the window, the ceiling here? Like, can you buy furniture and stuff, or is it just like
so. You can buy gun
and...
stuff. You can buy adult things.
I've searched. Okay, I've searched for. I'm trying to think. I've searched for like electronics, and a lot of the electronics are like
chargers and stuff,
accessories for things.
Okay.
Yeah,
you can't buy a laptop there. Right?
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't trust one from Temu either.
But like, say I want kitchen appliances. Do they sell that kind of stuff?
Well, not kitchen appliances, but like,
the wheel.
Case in point, I bought a. It's like a 14-piece mandolin, so so you can slice vegetables.
Okay.
But it's also got this door with this like grate where you can take a whole quarter of an onion and it'll just chop the whole thing up.
So it's like those kind of.
Yeah.
So you have musical, household, pets, health, baby.
You can buy an ocarina.
Garden, automotive, office, beauty, kids, crafts, bags, industrial, electronics, toy. That's the adult thing. Sports, jewelry, men, home, women.
The best thing.
Is TEMU?
TEMU.
Okay.
Since we're doing an ad for them, the best thing, bar none, is reading the instructions that come with these products.
Yeah.
Because they're written in English that's been translated from Chinese, so it's always just nonsense. Like I got ordered this. It was a waterproof shower case for my phone.
Okay.
And the instructions say remove aromatherapy strip. There's no aromatherapy strip in the kit.
Well, maybe just smell good.
It's just a sticky strip, and it just says remove aromatherapy strip.
I found my soul gnome.
She's shopping.
Wow.
I brought it up, and now she's shopping. That's awesome.
Goes with my phone.
Nice.
I have 48 items in my shopping cart.
Currently,
I'm not going to let you guys rope me into this.
Currently,
you're going to try it.
I only have 8 right
you.
now, but my total, it's like 8 items. My total right now is like $27.
Okay, so every single thing that's in my shopping cart has to pertain to gnomes.
So let me ask you this. What's the turnaround time on your orders usually?
It takes, so here's the thing. Wish.com was
is it going to be on a
like
boat
2
from
years
China,
ago.
so it's going to be like 6 months from now it shows up?
So some of the items are actually located in the United States, and some of them are overseas. Like when I ordered mine, I had it said estimate 10 to 14 days. I had it in 12 days.
Okay.
It's not a horrible turnaround, but you're going to wait a minute.
Okay.
But like with mine, all my orders seem to sync up and I'm getting them within 2 days. So it just sort of depends.
Okay.
If you place one giant order, like I have $400 worth of gnome stuff in my shopping cart.
So based on the prices here, what is that, about 1,000 things, $400 you spend there?
No, there's 48 things. But there's like a $40 item in my shopping cart.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Cadillac and Temu items.
There are things on there. But here's the thing. You put it in your cart and then you'll get a text. It's like, hey, we discounted this price on this item for you. And you do it, you hit it, and it like drops at 67%.
So the best thing is to shop and just put it on a wish list and wait for it to drop.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
That's why I still have 48 gnomes in my shopping
I
cart.
don't need any of this junk, though. I need none of this.
None of it do you need.
But it's okay.
It scratches the brain
I got
itch,
enough
man.
junk in
Hold
my
on.
house.
It scratches the
What
itch
is
that your brain
something
has.
that would be beneficial that you could use? Like something that you buy regularly or just buy?
I'm gonna open up my
I don't
current
know.
cart just so I
don't
can
know
tell
where to
you
begin.
where I'm at. Currently,
know.
in my cart, I have.
What would you
9
buy your
items.
wife as a gift? Just was thinking of you gift.
Shoot.
Remember that thing I showed you? Remember that thing I showed
even
you
know what
yesterday? Okay, Mike is a huge fan of The Big Bang Theory, and I brought up yesterday this thing,
Oh, yeah, the
which
shirt
is
folder
the shirt
thing.
folder
Yeah.
that Sheldon uses.
yeah.
I can't
I have
buy
this
that.
in my cart currently.
That I can't buy because my wife would love that.
It's $2.08 on Temu.
And here's the thing. We were watching that episode of Big Bang Theory where Sheldon is using that device, the folding assist thing to assist you folding your laundry. And Kim was in love with it. I want it. I love it. And I said, and I'm like, no, I am not using that thing. I said, the day you bust that thing out is the day I stop helping you fold laundry. I'm done. And so I can't buy that.
Well, my husband is disallowed from laundry.
Ah.
He comes in and he tries to help, and then I just tell him, you just lay there and look cute, and I will take care of laundry. And he's like, but I can help hang. And I'm like, just lay down.
Well, how did I get that gig? What do I?
Because I'm neurotic, and if you hang it and I don't like it, I'm going to take it off the hanger, fix it, and put it back on. So instead of hurting your feelings, just don't.
It's also more.
Well,
work
there's certain
to
things I
remove.
don't touch in the folding process, like towels. I don't mess with towels.
Towels are the easiest to fold.
Not her way.
Okay.
If I fold them my way, yeah, easy. Fold them, but they got to be her way. And I'm like...
Fold it in half, even all the way down.
Yeah, I don't know. She's got a thing, and I don't mess with it.
Clip and clip. Yep, see.
Yeah, I don't
It's a woman thing.
I'm like, nah, I'm out.
And fitted sheets, like everybody's like, oh, I hate folding fitted sheets. I'm like, really? You just get in the corners and tuck, pinch, fold, tuck, pinch, fold, and go.
No.
Shut up.
We cheat on that.
I got called black magic for folding a fitted sheet in like less than 30 seconds.
You know how I fold a fitted sheet? I remove the fitted sheet and I go like this. And then I throw it in the corner.
My grandma. So from a little kid, my grandma was very neurotic about, things being folded and put in place. And that's probably why I have a lot of my problems, is because I spent a lot of time with my grandma.
Grandma made me anal retention.
So grandma taught me how to fold a fitted sheet.
Okay.
And so none of my cousins can do it.
That's definitely a skill for sure. Like she gave you knowledge.
So the trick is open it up inside out. Put your fingers in the corners where the seam is.
Mm-hmm.
Pinch it. Fold it in half. Pinch. Fold it over. And then run your hand straight down to the bottom.
You know what? Next time you're on the show, we're going to bring a fitted sheet.
I
need visual
aids. You're going to do a demo
on
how to fold a fitted sheet on the radio here.
It's easy, and
video.
It's obvious your true talents are wasted.
Right.
Well, how we solve that problem in our house, I guess, well, their sheets folded, and somehow they got folded so that they sit there. but like for our bed, we have a rotation, because we have two full sheet sets for our bed.
It's a tough sentence.
And so we swap them out every a week or two, whatever the rotation is. And so she does is we have a hamper that's got three. We have our colds, and then we have our the dark lights, and then there's a third bin there. And what we do is when it's sheet changing day, we take the sheets off, we put them in that dirty hamper, and they sit for 2 weeks until it's next time to do thing, and then we wash them out of there, and then the dirty ones go there. So they literally sit in the thing for a week or two dirty, and then when it's time to replace, we wash them then. So we technically never fold them. They sit in the hamper until it's time to wash them.
They've got their compartment.
And then it's there. So, but it's a designated third bin that only the bed sheets go in there. And towels, when it's towel, we rotate towels, and that goes in there too. Because 1 week she has a system. It's like she's doing towels 1 week, and the next week it's the sheets. It's a system she has, and I don't.
Sounds like a never-ending problem.
Well, this is how this is where I'm just a participant on the wall. I just roll in and say, "All right, this is what we're doing today." But that's how she does.
You're just a cog.
So I have lights, whites, and darks, and then like if I'm doing towels or the sheets, they are just taken off, go and wash, dried, folded, put away. And they even have their own totes. So, yes, I'm a tote freak. But it keeps them from getting dog hair and dirt and all that other crap on it, because we don't have a very big, linen closet. Like, our towels barely fit in that thing.
Can I just say, y'all are adorable. I haven't separated colors in my adult life.
My husband doesn't either. The only thing he does is he does white separately, and then everything else goes in one load.
Not even that, because I wash everything cold. It doesn't matter.
I don't care. That's not how you do laundry.
That's how I do laundry.
That's not how you're supposed to do laundry.
But you're also not supposed to overload the washer, but I only wash my clothes once every couple of weeks because I don't have a washing machine. So, you make do with what you have.
Yeah, I do 7 loads of laundry a week, and that's like dog bedding, pillows on the couch, blankets, sheets, towels, our clothes. I randomly want to wash this because I'm neurotic for that. Like, oh, hey, that can fit in the washing machine.
I'd say we do 3 or 4, because she'll do a couple over the weekend, usually one during the week some point.
I have a Great Dane. I have to do a lot of laundry, and I have a boxer. He drools.
We've had 2 cats and a lot of vacuuming. That's kind of our...
I have one cat and a lint roller. It seems to do the job.
So my Great Dane, he doesn't drool like my sister's. But when he drinks water, it stays in his lips.
Sure, and
so he walks out and then he shakes his head, or he walks up to you and he wipes it off on you.
Oh yeah, you're the human napkin.
Does your sister have a particularly bad drool problem?
Yeah.
You just said that Great Dane doesn't drool like my sister's. They have a bad drool.
Sister's Great Dane.
Dog.
Yeah, there you go.
The one we met a couple weeks ago.
But she is doing very good, and she is at home and happy and beating up her 2 little siblings.
Oh, good.
or they're beating her up, teaming each other. But she's happy and at home and doing a lot better.
Nice.
But I seen this thing on TikTok or even on like the Reels where this lady has taught her pit bull, and it's the most adorable thing ever. You know the two raised bowls where it's got the water bowl and then like the food bowl?
Yeah.
Well, she has a microfiber towel tightly tucked around the second bowl and tucked in. So she taught her dog to drink and then afterwards to rub her chin and lip to dry her face. And then she can, get attention.
Nice.
And I was like, if I tried to show my Great Dane to do that, he would look at me and basically go,
Right. Let me grab this towel and throw it around a little
and
bit.
so our boxer, he drips when he drinks too. So we have linoleum in the kitchen, and then it's a light color. So it's like ice skating when you walk in there, and then I have a towel that I just rub around and pick up all the junk, so that goes in the washing machine.
You should just get hospital booties and just walk around your house all the time with those.
You know what's even funnier is I had those non-slip socks on one day.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't compare to dog drool. You will slip in dog drool.
Seriously?
Yes.
That's when they
I
did
did
test
the
in the lab
whole
there.
fat girl splits.
Oh, God, that's the worst.
Uh-huh.
I've done the fat girl splits, I know.
They made it more slippery in dogs' drool. I was like,
If we ever
and
need
John's
to
like, what's going on in there? And I was like, I'm dying.
I'm telling you, if we ever need to come up with an alternative for oil, dog drool, it's definitely
Could be
nearly as viscous.
It's a lubricant like no other.
There you go. Could save the war effort. We should probably get the official interview going. So poor Roy's in there trying to delineate. Let's do this. Let's get you up to date with the weather, and then we're going to take a quick commercial break. And then on the other side, we will talk to Crystal in official Humane Society capacity.
I'm just here on fun business right now.
That's right. It's all informal. So weather, quick break, and then we'll talk with Crystal about the Humane Society up next. Don't go away.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Pretty hot for the next couple of days, 100 to 105 on our afternoon high today, and lots of sunshine with high pressure over the area. It'll be clear for the overnight hours, lows near 70, and then 100 to 105 for the afternoon high again on Friday, and we get lots of sun. Clear for Friday night, low 100s, and sunny on Saturday, maybe a shower Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Believe it or not, your home insurance company isn't evil. Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing here. A lot of roofers make your insurance company out to be your enemy. They'll talk about fighting and battling your insurance to get you the claim you deserve. But honestly, your insurance company is a group of people just like you and me. That's why we don't treat your roof insurance claim like we're going to war. We treat it like a court case. We provide your insurance company every piece of evidence needed to get you the highest possible claim. We submit photos, videos, detailed documents, and line-by-line estimates. And guess what? Our non-combat approach works. On 92% of roof insurance claims, we get the highest amount the first time. And the rare times we don't, well then, that's when we go to bat for you. Call today for your 20% off coupon for our spring roof and gutter maintenance service. 575-755-ROOF or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
A comedian once said, "No one can tell me anything, not even myself." Hi, this is Pastor Troy and Julie Smotherman for The Joy of Marriage.
You know, most people stop listening and start forming an answer or response when someone's talking to them within 7 seconds, so they miss most of the information.
John 10:27 says, "My sheep listen to my voice. I know them and they follow me."
You know, when Julie and I were preparing for this, she looked right at me after I spoke for a while and said, "What?" I guess we all have work to do in listening. But you know what? Just like learning to know God takes time and focus and to know His voice, it's going to take time and focus to really get to know our spouse and to really start enjoying and loving marriage.
If you have any questions or would like further information about the Joy of Marriage Ministry, please go to jomconference.com.
A good night's sleep is so important, and issues like sleep apnea make falling asleep and staying asleep nearly impossible, but we can help. I'm Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental. With the help of a simple oral appliance, your sleepless nights could be a thing of the past. But don't take my word for it, just ask Lainey.
My name is Lainey Smith.
I wasn't surprised when I found out I had sleep apnea simply because I had a horrible sleep pattern. I attempted to use the machine and it drove me nuts and I could not sleep with it. And then that's when Dr. Ager told me about the oral appliance. I would suspect I've been using it for 2 years now. In all of that time, I've had less than 10 poor nights of sleep. It's a complete game changer. I feel a lot better because I sleep.
This simple appliance can change your life. Call us today to set up your appointment so you can finally get the good night's sleep you need.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell or call 575-622-4455.
It's possible to turn peanut butter into diamonds. Peter Pan tried it with his buddy Skippy, but they couldn't do it in a jiff. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 26 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us now officially in studio from the Roswell Humane Society, Crystal Noble back with us. Good morning.
Good morning. We get a little carried away sometimes.
Well, that's the show. That's pretty much every day.
Talk radio.
Yeah, that's right.
To talk.
We got 3 hours to fill. But anyway, folks not familiar, Humane Society is your rescue for animals here in Roswell and Chaves County, really. I mean, you guys cover all parts of working with other nonprofits and things to, make sure we find homes for all these animals. So
it's a very busy and never-ending job. Unfortunately, I would love to say that I would like one day for me not to have that job.
Right.
But realistically, it would never happen.
Yeah, it's just too many dogs and cats that are Roswell has a pet overpopulation issue. It's been that way as long as I've been here, and I would argue maybe it's better because there are some people doing some great work here, but it's not enough. We need more. We need more stuff. We need more. And really the onus is on we, the people. We need to go and make sure we are responsible pet owners, getting your pets spayed and neutered, not, allowing your cats and things to run loose and do that kind of stuff. Treat your animals like they're members of the family.
Don't they're your kids.
Yeah, don't give them a dog if you're just going to chain it up and keep it in the backyard all the time. That's not what the dog wants, and ultimately that's not what you're going to want, because if you're trying to achieve the guard dog, you want the best way to get a guard dog, make it part of your family. Yep. Make the dog love you guys so much that it'll run through a wall for you. Then you don't need to chain it up to nothing. The dog will just be a part of your family.
And train the dog. If you don't want the dog to go in a certain area, train the dog. Spend the time, put in the work and the effort with the dog to teach the dog.
It's a responsibility, just like owning a car, a house, or having children. It's a responsibility, just like anything else.
And it's something that a lot of people don't realize. An animal is a 15-year plus commitment.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of animals can live into their 20s. So when you get an animal, that's a lifelong commitment for that animal.
Mm-hmm.
And whether they're 15 years when, it's their time, or they're 25 years, they needed to be treated as a part of the family.
Absolutely.
And made to be involved in family activities. Like if you're having dinner, let the dogs, enjoy time with you, but don't allow them to be sitting at the table and, climbing up on top of you and being a nuisance.
Sure.
Teach them to sit, stay, lay,
So when you have company over and you have dinner and your pets aren't harassing your guests and doing all that.
No, and ironically, we had company over last night, and for the most part, our dogs are pretty well behaved when it comes to dinner time. They just lay at the table, like around a table. Well, for whatever reason, they liked what was cooked last night, and they're like, hey, and they're rubbing up on our company, and he's like, I don't think I can give you none of this. And I was like, boys, lay down. And so they'd lay down, and then they'd cuddle up over to him, like, come on,
just
hi,
a slice.
Calvin.
Yeah, just a little piece.
But for the most part, when you allow them to be in your daily routine and everything, they're going to be amazing protectors.
Absolutely. And a great addition to your family. And you're going to wonder why, what was life like before we had this pet in our house?
It's so weird because, like, when we go out of town and, like, we don't have the dogs with us, like, I have my routine. Get up, put the dogs out, let them go to the bathroom, then I go to the bathroom, then I go get the dogs, bring the dogs back in. Well, when we go out of town, I'm like, oh, I don't got to let the dogs out.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It is.
And when we went on vacation, I was like, I need to be somewhere where there's a dog.
Well, my wife does this, like, because we have 2 cats and they're pretty independent, so we can leave for 4 days at a time and they'll be okay at home. You know, thank goodness they're pretty tolerant litter box, so we can let it get a little messy for a few days, and we have the auto feeder water deal so that there's food there as long as they want. But what my wife does is she puts one of these cheap little cams that she bought for like $40, probably something they sell on Temu. and she literally puts it on the mantle of the fireplace while we're gone. And so whenever she wants, she gets on her phone and she'll watch the cats, because usually the cats they've got their spots they like to lay, and so we can kind of back of the chair but this is the part I don't like, because I think it kind of messes with the cats. She can talk to them and stuff, and I'm like, the cats don't understand what you're doing. It's just freaking them out. It's like, this is messing with their heads. Don't do that.
So there's a camera that mounts on your wall, but also there's like a treat dispenser.
Mm-hmm.
And John sent it to me on a video once. So you can see your dog, you can talk to your dog, and then there's a camera that your dog, like a screen that your dog can see you. And so you're talking to them and they're standing in front of it. Well, then you can dispense a treat to them.
Cool. Okay.
Or you can launch the treat.
Make them chase it, or
make them chase it. I was like, yeah, our dogs do not need that. No.
Well, as soon as what's going to happen is when they want a treat and you're not there, they're just going to destroy that, because they're going to, hey, give me a treat, give me a treat, give me a treat.
Right.
Yeah.
Or it's going to get drooled all over. When you go to click on it, you're going to just see blob, and I'm like,
Yeah. But I do like the intent of that.
It's a really cool idea, you know, where you, like, if you're at work during the day and, you know your dog's at home and you want to just check in on them, I think that's a really cool thing to do. But I was like, no, we're not getting one of those for the dogs.
But she does it when we go away for a couple days or whatever. And so that's her, because she'll worry the whole time if we don't. She's like, I hope the cats are okay. I was like, they're fine. They're literally just laying there staring at the walls, doing nothing, waiting for us to come home.
Or sleeping.
Or, doing what they do. Eating, pooping, chasing imaginary things around. They do what they do.
Your house haunted guest is keeping them occupied while you're gone.
Exactly. They do what they do, And then when we come home, they're up in our grill because they're very happy to see us the way it should be,
Yep.
But get a pet incorporated into your life. That's what we're trying to say. Couple things I do want to put on people's radar here is, first off, you are looking for help.
Yes.
If someone loves pets and wants to spend a full-time position, this is not just a part-time, but a full-time position.
Set schedule.
Tending to the needs of the pets and things. Now, it's cleaning. It's getting messy because you're down in the floor with the cats and the dogs, so you're going to come home hairy and slobbered on and all the fun stuff that happens.
Yeah, we keep changes of clothes at work for a reason, and then the thrift store's right next door, so it's great.
Yeah, but if you love pets and love being around them and want to to help these pets, please come and talk to Crystal and get an application and get because you pay what it's
minimum wage.
Yeah.
The position is for the receptionist who seconds as a kennel worker.
Okay. So you'll be answering the phone / tending to these
basically
animals.
You would be my assistant, pretty much.
Okay.
So helping intake animals, processing them in, vaccinations, administering medicine, dealing with customers. Computer skills definitely is a must because we do have to have somebody who's capable of working Excel, Microsoft, working on our website, and then somebody with great customer skills.
Awesome.
I am not specific to male or female. I know a lot of people are like, a male receptionist? I don't care. If you can do the job, I'm going to give you an opportunity. Yeah. But bring a resume or a cover letter down anytime we're open, Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 12 and 1 to 4:30.
Yeah. It looks like your hours will be Tuesday through Saturday, that 10 to noon, and then from 1 to 4 each day.
So that's the hours we're open.
Okay.
But the hours for the person that would be working would be Tuesday through Saturday, 8 to 5.
8 to 5. So you'll be there Tuesday through Saturday.
So it's a 40-hour position.
Good deal.
And our receptionist is moving to Minnesota.
Ah.
So
got tired of the heat, huh?
Her boyfriend's job moved him there, and so
life happens.
And yeah, she doesn't like the heat. She's only 100 pounds and she doesn't like the heat. I'm like, oh, get over it.
Now, does she have experience up in that part of the country?
No, her family's from Iowa and she's visited Iowa, but she's never visited in the wintertime.
Okay, so yeah, Minnesota's worse.
Yeah, I know. She's gonna learn the hard way.
That's that place where like they get snow in like October and then they don't see the grass till like March.
My niece and nephew used to live there. I'm very aware of that.
Yeah.
And then when the snow melts, the mosquitoes that are the size of a hummingbird chase you.
Yeah, exactly. They're size of birds of prey. But if you're interested and love pets and have, like you said, customer service skills and some of that, please apply and come and just because it really is actually a fun job. I mean, yeah, you're gonna be cleaning up dog poop every once in a while, but
and
you know
there
what?
will be times that you have to deal with unfortunate customers. Yeah. And it's a little bit more often than it used to be, but that's just because the way our generations are changing. They don't know how to act. So, but definitely somebody who's not short to explode on a customer. Somebody who can just keep calm and try to de-escalate the situation. Yeah. But I'm never far away, so if there's a problem, I will be right there to tend to that.
To support and assist.
As well as we are hiring, the thrift store is adding a full-time position as well.
Okay, great.
Camilla's really trying to find somebody who's able to help lift heavy furniture.
Okay.
Somebody who doesn't have lifting restrictions. Somebody who's willing to work full-time and just good customer service.
Good deal. So someone with a strong back and loves, probably has good organizational skills and things like that. If you like,
and it's funny
that
because
kind of stuff.
The gentleman that works there now, Manny, he went to school in Spain for interior design and computer graphics. And I was like, "How are you still in Roswell and at the thrift store?" And he goes, "Because nobody in New Mexico needs interior designing." And I started laughing. I was like, okay, I got you. So he helps interior design at the thrift store, which is really cool.
So he gets to, exercise his passion there.
He does.
Cool.
They are going to do on Friday and Saturday of this week, so tomorrow and Saturday, all clothes half off.
Nice.
Yes. So
no, that means the price on them. You don't come with half your clothes. Just to clarify.
Yeah, please.
Don't come in
with
half,
all your clothes. And then,
the prices are half off.
So with the clothes being half off. So they already have Halloween out and they have Halloween costumes out, but they have a lot of wedding dresses.
Okay.
And Manny and I were talking, for somebody who wants to make their own costume and be creative, they could do the dead bride costume.
Yeah.
And the wedding dresses are like $20.
So it'd be cheap, and you get
cheap, and then you throw your blood all over it, and
do Bride of Frankenstein or Zombie Bride, or
right,
a lot of different directions you could take that.
So if you're one of those people who are DIY, they have a lot of really cool stuff that you can make your own costumes if you don't find a costume.
Beetlejuice. You could dress up as Gina Davis in Beetlejuice, like get the dress and kind of, you know what I mean, and like the.
I was laughing because I had Beetlejuice pants. I was like, we're going Beetlejuice. Well, so, Felicia, the one who's moving to Minnesota, she's like, let's dress up as animal control officers for Halloween. I was like, really, Felicia? I was like,
a little on the nose sort of kind, isn't it?
I was like, no. And she goes, yeah. She goes, we could walk around and be like, we're the dog pound. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to smack you. But then she also called me a rude cop the other day. So I was like, I'm going to be a cop for Halloween.
Oh, there you go.
But the thrift store has a ton of stuff. Like the Halloween is out. They've got costumes, decorations, home decor. So the people who really like to go all out, they have a lot of stuff. And they haven't even pulled everything out of the shed.
And it's all 1/10 of the price that if you went and bought this stuff brand new. So
I bought, okay, I'm not a dinner placemat person, but I saw these and I like them. And I'm trying to be more of the, decorating in your home person.
Gotcha. Well, you got a guy, that could help.
I know, but the things he likes, I'm like, eh.
Oh, not same taste in decor, huh?
I'm all no. But so I bought placemats for our kitchen table. I've never put placemats on my kitchen table ever. But they're cute, they're fall, they're festive-y, and I was like, I'm going to put these out, and I'm hoping that because I'm doing something that I don't do, I'm going to bring the weather early.
Nice.
So then I got gnome placemats bought for me, and I was like, I'm going to have placemats all year round.
I'm now a placemat person.
Yeah, I am now. But they have a kitchen table, It has 4 chairs, and it also has a leaf.
Okay.
It's not, I think it's round. One of the round tables. Really cute, really cool. They have a donor piano set, and it has the chair that goes with it, so you can sit, and then it has a stand. The piano's mounted to the X-frame thing.
Okay.
Really nice, really good condition. I bought the desk and those chairs and tables. They have a small sofa. It is tannish colored, but it does come with a couch cover.
Okay.
Really nice. It is a little on the shorter side, so if you're a shorter person, this would probably be better.
Okay.
Not like a 6'4" person who would, have to sit on the ground to get to it.
Those 5-footers.
Yes. I know kids are already off to college, but if they're looking for stuff still, they have a lot of toaster ovens.
Or they broke something already.
Yeah. Mom. Toaster ovens, they have a ton of kitchenware. They still have a lot of wall decor, pillows, like the throw pillows for the couches, or when you're having a pillow fight in college.
So if you're redecorating the kids' old room because they're at college now, and now you get the room and you're wanting to turn it into your craft room or your workout room or your woman cave or man cave or whatever it is, and you got the stuff to do it.
Their craft section. So they have a really cool craft section. It's probably about the size of the table. And so when I was over there the other day, I saw this little bucket, and I was like, what is that? It's a hand casting kit.
Huh.
So, like, you make, like, the wax molds where you put your hand in and cast it, and then you do whatever position you want.
Sure, yeah.
They have one of those.
Okay. So any artist out there?
Brand new, yeah. And they have, like, threads and yarns. So if you're crocheting, knitting, sewing, they have material there. So if you want to grab and make a quilt, instead of paying like all this money at like Walmart, people have already bought it, used what they needed to, and gave us the rest.
Well, and I know how crafters work, because they'll be like, well, I got a bunch of this yarn left. I don't have a project for it, but I will. So we're going to, because my mom was one of them. And what happens is you have your little collection or thing, and my mom was a hoarder. So when she passed, I literally had hundreds of dollars of yarn and fabric and crafting stuff like that. So
my aunt was the same way.
I know how those folks are. So come in and stock up, because I know you're just, even if you don't have a project in mind, you're like, sometime you do. So just grab it, put it to your collection. And
my aunt had an entire room dedicated to just craft stuff.
Yeah.
But my aunt was one of the head decorators at Christmas by Krebs when they actually hand decorated the ornaments back in the 70s and 80s. And
well,
90s.
They still do some hand painting. I watched them in there doing it. Yeah.
But yeah,
that's really cool. So she really got into the arts.
When I was a kid, Krebs, Ebby Krebs would just, it was kind of like home there. We would go see my aunt anytime and just walk in the front doors and walk to the back to her desk.
And that's a rarity, because it's all proprietary stuff, and they're very security conscious about letting people back there.
Well, you can't do it now.
Yeah, now you can't. Well,
no.
I got to do it through Leadership Roswell about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's really cool. But there's still some ladies back there hand painting some of the bulbs, and they were getting ready, obviously for Christmas, but it was a certain set of globes with these types of designs on them. They were hand painting them in there. Really cool.
My aunt was part of the Twin Tower set.
Okay.
And so I have a set of the hand-painted Twin Towers that my aunt made that Christmas by Krebs put out for the 1-year anniversary of 9/11.
That's awesome. By the way, if you own glass bulbs for your Christmas tree, I don't care where you're at in the world, 9 times out of 10 it came from right here. Mm-hmm. They pretty much are the glass bulb Christmas ornament maker for the entire planet.
My mom worked at Krebs.
Yeah.
Me and my cousins worked at Krebs. I worked in the paint department and realized really quickly I can't handle the fumes. Even with respiratory masks, I would still get a lot of nosebleeds, so I couldn't cut it, basically.
It wasn't your cup of tea.
Nope. But, I grew up with Christmas by Krebs. My aunt had an entire shed full of ornaments, and when she passed away, I was like, oh my God. And then my mom was the same way, and I'm like, we only have one Christmas tree, and it's not going to fit 10,000 ornaments.
I bet on a collector's market, there's some of that stuff that's worth money.
Well, my aunt did that. She would take one set out of every custom set was made. She would have one set.
Mm-hmm.
And that was boxes and boxes and boxes because she retired from there for 25 years.
And you tend to start a collection.
Yeah. So it was a...
wow, that's an heirloom at this point. You know what I mean? That's really cool.
Because you don't see glass ornaments very often anymore. Like, we have plastic.
Not quality ones, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We have plastic on our trees, but we have animals. And
yeah, they're a lot cheaper and more durable than when you got a wagging tail that whacks the tree 100 times during the season.
Yes. But, sorry, back to the thrift store because I need more coffee today. Shoes. If you are in need of shoes or kids in school, need certain sport shoes, they still have a ton of shoes.
Good.
Ladies, for purses and wallets, their peg wall is full of purses. And then they have little baskets with wallets. And they have a lot of men's and women's wallets. Really nice leather ones. I was like, wow, hey.
Nice.
And I am a wallet junkie, and my husband can contest to this. So it's really bad when I go over there. I'm like, oh.
It's like you literally just put a new wallet in your purse.
What sucks is our divider door. When I walk out, the wallets are right here and the purses are right here. And I'm like, keep going. But I do pretty good. I don't buy too many purses and wallets because I can only change them so often.
Exactly. At some point, you're like, all right, I can't. But if you have the fetish or the fix that you need to get that, then come to the thrift store and you won't break your bank doing it.
No, really, you won't.
Yeah.
I've bought 2 carry and conceal purses from there for very cheap, and they're not cheap purses.
Nice. Well, that's just it. Yeah, people donate brand new, high quality stuff. If you're looking for clothing, especially now that's 50% off right now.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm telling you, if you're like a young person that's just fresh out of college or out of school, and you've got your first
or you're going to college and you're working part-time in an internship.
Yeah, and you need to buy, dresses or dressier clothing.
They have a lot of classic, not classic. How do I want to say it? Business attire. Yeah. For women, they have a lot of the casual, 2-piece, 3-piece suits or the dresses or the dress slacks and nice blouses. They get a lot of that stuff. And I mean, to where they still have
and they're hundreds of dollars new for some of these outfits.
They are.
Yeah.
I bought a pair of pants, and I didn't even realize the name brand. I was like, they're going to fit. Well, when I looked at the tag, the pants were $160. They still had the tag on them. I paid $10 for the pants.
That's what I'm saying. This is great. So go there. Even if you're not in the scenario I said, you're just like, I just want to get some nice clothes and don't want to spend thousands of dollars. Take a trip. Take a stroll through the clothing and take a look. You'll be able to find all kinds of stuff.
They have kids' clothes. They have men's clothes, women's clothes.
And every
formal clothing, swimwear, medical wear. If you're in the medical field and you need scrubs,
nice.
They're $2 for a pair of pants and $2 for a shirt.
And something you live in, and you probably go. I'm guessing, depending on your job, you probably go through scrubs pretty quick. In that,
you can, and depending on if you're at a facility that requires you to wear a certain color, or if you're at a place where you can pick and choose your own colors and wear what you want.
What's it? Pieces of flair to make your own.
Yeah. But they have, I see so many really cute tops, Winnie the Pooh, Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck. There's a ton of them. And then they have just the plain flat colors that are solid colors.
Sure. More no nonsense.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're always $2 a piece.
It's great. And here's the best part. Every dime you spend in that thrift store to buy scrubs or clothing or books or small appliances or collectibles or whatever you're after, every dime goes back to the pets, whether it's paying for the light bill or paying for cleaning products or paying for vet services or paying for food litter, all that.
It's going to be going towards a roof because we're having a couple of contractors come and give us estimates.
Okay.
But our roof is in need of repair replacement.
Okay.
Air conditioners are starting to look a little funny in the wind.
I gotcha.
So we're going to be starting a fundraiser soon to try to get money to cover the cost of a new roof because it is not cheap.
Well, in the meantime, keep buying and supporting.
And that's going to help us. If you want to donate extra towards the roof cause, please do.
And the other way is becoming a member.
Yes, and I brought forms.
We got forms here, so if you come by the office, we can get you signed up here. And pretty much, like you said, anything, different levels from, for families to your seniors, to your pets, to everybody. There are ways to support becoming a member. Becoming a member, like you could do the lifetime one, and that would really support. It's $250.
And you don't ever pay dues again after that. You stay a member until the end of your lifetime.
Yeah.
Or you call us and tell us quit sending us a newsletter.
Right, and then we'll stop doing
One
it.
of the two. But please join up, be a member. It does help us. We have a meeting. It's typically in October this year. However, it's going to be pushed into November, but it will be announced in the newsletter of when it's going to be.
The annual membership meeting, basically.
It's nomination of board members.
Okay, so this is the new officer meeting.
Yes,
basically.
it is. So we do encourage our members to come and attend the meeting. The location and time will be in the newsletter. If you are not a member and you want to be a member, come by, get a membership form from Mike, go to the kennels, do it online. Several ways to do it. And then when the meeting time is going to happen, we will let you know.
Absolutely. But that's a great way to support that way because, like you said, your finances go to help, again, pay for the things that are needed at the Humane Society. But also at the same time, you get a say and a voice into it. So if you really want to be a part, want to see the direction, becoming a member and getting involved through the board in that way. So is a great way to help out. So if you want to be more actively involved, come to that meeting.
If you want to be involved, come to the meeting, participate and try to, sign up and be a board member, We're always looking for volunteers to come in, help walk dogs, help with adoption events. We have one Saturday the 16th at Tractor Supply. That's next Saturday.
Okay.
And it's going to be 10 to 2 at Tractor Supply.
Okay.
If you're free that day and you want to lend a helping hand, we'd be more than welcome to accept that helping hand to help us get some of these animals adopted. Yeah. When we went to Westlake and we had the event with Rob for National Doggy and Ice Cream Day.
Week or two ago, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We got the German Shepherd adopted.
Oh, good.
She got to go home on Tuesday this week.
Good.
Yes.
Good. How long was that German Shepherd in there?
5 months.
5 months. I knew it was like 6 months or something. I knew it was a long time.
Yep.
Good deal. So we're almost out of time. Who's our long-term resident now?
It's still Shasta.
Shasta's still our Chihuahua, if I remember right.
Great Dane.
Great Dane. That's the Great Dane. What's the Chihuahua? There was a Chihuahua, too.
It's Angel.
An Angel. That's right. She's a veteran, too.
She is.
Yeah.
But she's I'm going to say typical Chihuahua, but not typical Chihuahua at the same time. When she likes you, she likes you. But in order to get her to like you, you have to give her time.
That's when you got to invest time in to earn the love and respect. But once you do, it's solid.
It is.
Gotcha.
It is.
But come see all the pets, all the cats. RoswellHumane.org. You can see every single pet that's calling the Humane Society home right now. If you see not available next to it, that means they're in quarantine because of they're either got to make weight or they're waiting on some vaccines or they're just new to the facility and we need to make sure that they're safe to be a part of the regular population here. That doesn't mean they're adopted. So if you fall in love with one that says not available, call, ask, get more information, and check back. And when that pet is whatever restriction it had lifts, you can get right in there and
you can email us from
home.
the website, and it comes right to our email, and we can tell you on medication or doesn't weigh enough or still waiting for vaccinations. We can let you know the purpose of why they're in quarantine.
Sure. That just real quick, even if an animal's in quarantine, is there possibilities for visitation one-on-one with those?
We don't do that just because if they're in there for vaccination purposes.
Gotcha.
Let's say if they break with parvo and I've got the dog out of quarantine and in this room, I've exposed all of these animals.
I gotcha.
But also the person visiting with it has been exposed and can take that
Makes sense.
home.
Makes sense. I was just asking.
Unless it's, because they're current on vaccinations and they don't weigh enough, then
we could talk.
Then it's different.
But if it's something communicable that they were checking on, then no.
Or let's say if they're on medicine for kennel cough, which is apparently going around amongst residential animals as well as shelter animals. Right now it's really bad. Even our 2 big dogs at home have kennel cough right now.
My sissy, when I adopted her and she got her from animal control, and
we just got over. We had a few dogs at the kennel that had kennel cough. They're good and better and going on now. And then I took it home to my dogs.
Yeah. and that's why, like, if you ever board your dog,
and they have to have
the kennel cough vaccine or shot or whatever it is. Yeah.
3 things now that they have to have besides the parvo, distemper, and rabies. It's Bordetella, canine influenza, and then there's one more, and it's a respiratory thing.
Gotcha.
Because there's 10 different types of kennel cough, and not one vaccination protects from all 10.
So it's kind of based on what's in the region or what's going around kind of thing. Makes sense.
So,
but please, if you have questions about anything, don't hesitate to call or come by and ask. Give the hours for the thrift store and for the
thrift store is Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 4:30, and the kennels are Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 12 and 1 to 4:30.
Very good. So come by.
Please come by, visit, drop off a resume and application,
and do some shopping this weekend. Remember, all clothes half off.
All clothing's half off.
Huge sale there. So, well, thank you as always. Appreciate the visit. And by the way, the honey's awesome. Been still dipping chicken nuggets, and that honey is a 10.
Yes.
I love it.
We haven't harvested the last harvest yet. I think we're going to wait until closer to the middle of September.
Can you get your honey at Roswell Seed still?
We don't have any currently, but once we do the last harvest, it'll be back at Roswell Seed.
Okay, so give it, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
We'll talk about it on Monday.
All right, we'll talk
whenever my husband decides we're going to go harvest is when we're going to go harvest.
Tune in Monday for the answer to that, when you can get your honey.
Yeah.
Thanks, Crystal.
Thank you.
It is 9:56. Quick break before we get kicked off the radio. Don't go away.
And now your Pecos Valley News Update. I'm Jared Cirillo. Will Artesia lawmaker Jim Townsend make a jump from the New Mexico House to the Senate? It appears so, making it official on Wednesday. An announcement that Townsend will run for the Senate District 34 seat currently held by Alamogordo Senator Ron Griggs. Other House members from southeast New Mexico appear to be trying to make similar moves. Last week, Representative Candy Spence Ezel of Roswell announced her intent to run for the District 32 Senate seat that's being vacated by Cliff Pirtle. Last month, speculation ran rampant after a false rumor from a fake Twitter account that Townsend had died. And more than 180 shooters took part in this year's 15th anniversary of the Artesia Chamber of Commerce Clay's Crusher Fun Shoot. The event was held at the Eddy County Shooting Range. The Artesia High School cheer team helped run games and get participants registered. More than 15 sponsors helped pull off this year's event. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo reporting.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street's attempt at a modest rally before the opening bell fell short after China reported its exports fell again in August, adding to pressure on its slowing economy and impacting the global economy. With little economic news, markets are focusing on the few remaining earnings reports, including Toro and DocuSign. The head of the United Auto Workers Union warns that the union does plan to go on strike against any Detroit automaker that hasn't reached a new labor agreement by the time contracts expire next week. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits last week fell to the lowest level in about 7 months. Applications dropped by 13,000, falling to 216,000. Video game retailer GameStop rose 3.5% early after it beat sales targets, posting a much smaller loss than analysts were expecting. The Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Eastern New Mexico University in Portales is proud to offer potential students the opportunity to attend ENMU tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. And now we're proud to announce the newly created Freshman Hound Housing Room Grant, which will allow students the opportunity to receive up to $3,000 per year off their housing costs when living on the ENMU campus. For more information on how ENMU is making higher education more affordable for you and your family members, visit enmu.edu. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success, that's what we're about.
Your Goddard Rockets are barreling through the 2023 football season. And coming up this Friday, your Rockets are back on the road, headed to Gallup to take on the Patriots of Miyamura High. Fiera 106.1 FM and KSBPTV.com have got you covered. Join Chris Deck and Chris Roybal for the pregame show beginning at 6:30 and kickoff at 7. Rockets versus the Patriots of Miyamura High. Friday night beginning at 6:30 on Fiera 106.1 FM and online worldwide at KSBPTV.com. Southeastern New Mexico's sports authority, then, now, and always.
Clyde Lewis and Ground Zero is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM. KEND Roswell.